And darling, I will be loving you till we're 17. Hey everybody, what's going on? You're watching The Incredible Aspie here. If you're wondering why I'm doing the stream, well, it's evident in the title. I got my new blue Yeti microphone. And they're right, I do need to get a pop filter. Exactly. And I've been waiting for this for a long time. You know, everybody's complaining that I have a shitty microphone, and my shitty microphone was in my computer. And they're right. So I opted my mom for my birthday to get my first blue Yeti to get this microphone so that I sound a little bit better on the the interwebs. And yeah. I'm going to invite a few people on. I know nobody's watching right now, but I'm going to invite people anyway. I'm going to post this. All right. Close. Okay. Let me just put this to the bottom right here. Go to my Twitter. My new doing a stream to celebrate my new blue Yeti microphone. Come hang out if you want. All right, hang out if you want. Come hang out. Come hang out. You know what? I'm gonna just write "come hang out." Microphone. All caps. Come hang out. Yeah. Come hang out. Okay. My chat yet. Probably nobody's watching this as usual with my streams. Come hang out. All right. Put in the URL. Paste. And we got a thing going. You know what? I'll copy all of this. I'll just copy this. Copy, and then I'll just I'll invite Braving Ruin. He won't come on, but I'll just do it anyway. I accidentally down that, but whatever. Send. I sent that to Braving Ruin. He won't come on, but whatever. Paste. All right. I'll probably do another one tomorrow if nobody comes on. All right. I'm just going to send this to everybody I know. Paste. Yeah. So, how you all doing? I'm not really much. I've been I just got back from my opera program. I can tell you what an experience that was. I don't think I've ever done yoga like that ever. All right, I'm going to paste this to everybody I know. And somebody's bound to show up eventually. So, yeah. Might as well give it to Naked Ape, just in case. He's not going to show up, but fuck it. All right. Don't worry. If you're still there, if you're there in the chat, I will eventually get to my chat, and I'll post it in my chat if anybody's in the chat. All right. I sent the I'm sending the link hangout to everybody I know. All right. Is anybody there yet? Jesus, it's hard to get people on the stream. It's hard to get people on the stream. Paste. Okay. I'll do it. And the loudmouth didn't want to come on because he says he's sleeping. I'll probably do another one tomorrow. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll turn the caps off. You know. I'll send it to Whitey. I'll send it to White. The white YouTuber may not come on, but hey, it's worth a shot. You never know. This is more of a conversation stream, but you know he will not come on. I can't send it to Kraut because I'm Kraut. You know. He won't. All right. I'll send it to T-Tac as well. They're all sleeping. They're all probably going to bed. It's 9 o'clock at night, which means that it's probably much later where everybody else is. So they probably got to go work. Your message. Discard. Crap.
Hey.
Hello? Is anybody there?
Yeah.
Who is it?
I was on the last stream with Loudmouth, Jim.
Oh, hello, S-Man. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I've had and I can say this truthfully. This year's been really good for me, and I feel proud to say that. Last year, when the year was over, it felt pretty liberating. I felt free. How has this year been?
It's been good. It's been really good for me. I just got back from an opera program, and I got my new Blue Yeti microphone that I got from my for my birthday. It's nice.
How much do those normally even cost?
I think just over $100, $111 to be quite precise.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start making more videos. I invited everybody I knew. I invited Loudmouth, but he didn't come on because he said he didn't even post. He just posted sleeping. That's it.
Okay. He's a cool dude, to be honest, and that was so cool to be on the stream with Undoomed. I will admit, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then I started sending out the link a whole ton, but Twitter stopped me from doing it to everybody. I suppose they didn't want me to I sent the link out a few times, but it didn't let me post it in everybody's DMs. It stopped to let me post in DMs for someone.
I went to check out your Twitter, and then I went to go follow you, and then I saw a link to Hangout. I'm like, I'll join a Hangout stream.
I wonder who's the one viewer. I'm gonna go and check fast.
Yep.
So how have you been?
Me? Or who are you talking to? Oh, I'm doing pretty good today. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, keep going.
Oh no, I was gonna ask how you doing.
I'm doing very good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Your audio is pretty good. That's a pretty cool mic.
Yeah, I sound really. It sounds really good, to be honest with you. I sound like it better. My apologies here. You're going to hear a start Hangouts on. I'll just go to here and see the one person watching this. There's one.
Yeah.
I'm just going to the control room. Go to the live control room. Can I join? Yeah. Oh, it's Victoria. She's really pretty. It's okay, Victoria. I'll let you in the stream. Oh, 1 second, please. I gotta go back and get the invite link. Yeah. Oh, I got 2 viewers now. I'm gonna post it in. I'm posting the Hangout in the link. So what have you been doing lately? Just making more videos, debating people along those lines. Did you watch the debate between Ben Shapiro and Cenk Uygur?
Oh, I haven't gotten to see that yet, so I don't entirely. I saw the video, but I didn't get the chance to watch it or listen to it. But it sounds like it'd be a brutal smackdown.
Yeah,
I did actually. I've participated in.
Oh, it's probably very brutal. Yeah, it was pretty dang brutal. It was.
Yeah. For me personally, I participated in 7 of my own debates. One of them actually happened, just by complete accident. Like, I made a video towards someone this guy used to bash on a lot of YouTubers, so I made a video calling him out, and he said he wanted to have a second debate. And I went to actually just, contact him on Hangouts to set it up to see when we could do it. And then we got into a little bit of a heated argument, and then I just started a live stream, and that's how it all started.
Hey, Victoria. Hey, Victoria.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi. How you doing? Good. How are y'all doing?
I'm doing good. Do you have some earbuds?
There's a little bit of a reverb. When whoever.
Do you have some earbuds?
Yeah. 1 second.
All right.
Yeah.
But.
Is that coming from Victoria still?
Yeah.
So how am I? Oh, there's still one person watching. You can come into the stream if you want to. So let's talk about what's been going on lately. I suppose
on YouTube or what?
I suppose YouTube. I'm not as internet savvy as other people, but I think the latest drama has been with them. Do you know Grout and Tea?
Yeah, he got banned from Twitter again, didn't he?
Oh no! He didn't get banned from Twitter. He's been in fighting with the former guy Edgy Sphinx. Edgy Sphinx, that one YouTuber.
I'm not too familiar with.
Kind of an old.
But
keep going. Sorry.
Kind of an old feed, you said? Because I just ran out of things I wanted. I thought of the top of my head. But how's Victoria tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. I heard you guys mention the what was it? The Young Turks and with Cenk Uygur and Ben Shapiro debate. I saw like this much of it, and Ben Shapiro was destroying Cenk. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, people could argue all they want. It's pretty ableist to take on Cenk Uygur, but I mean, come on, he's a public figure. And the weirdest thing is Anna Kasparian is all against body shaming, all against it. Says that it really says a lot about you if you're body shaming. Then she has the gall to call Alex Jones a fat fuck. Now, whether you like him or not is irrelevant.
I remember seeing that. I can't remember who. Somebody did a video bit like analyzing like her whole attack against like InfoWars and how they were like just melting down after what was it, the Republican convention, and Alex Jones showed up at the Young Turks booth. Yeah. Oh man, that was the best trolling ever.
Yeah, and then someone, I don't know who it was. I think it was Jimmy Dore. Spit on Alex Jones.
Yeah. And oh my gosh.
Personally, and this is just me personally, I think if you spit on someone, ever living hell out of you, they were justified. I couldn't care less why you spit on them. That's going too far. Like,
it's the most childish thing to do, especially when what was occurring. I mean, I can understand people having a temper, like everybody has their breaking point with certain things, but when you spit, it's just saying like, I'm a child and I'm mad and I have no other idea what to do other than to just physically, insult you.
I mean, for me personally, I always try to find other ways to deal with people rather than just hit them. But if they spit on me, then the gloves are off. Like,
wasn't it Jimmy Dore who spit?
Yeah, it was him. Mm-hmm. And then he ran away, and people called him out for it, rightfully so.
It was hilarious.
And honestly, when Cenk was all like, "We're against Saudi Arabia, you dumbass," and I'm just like, "Dude, calm down." And then
I was sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's going back to the Young Turks and just the liberal ideology and stuff like that, and it's like I understand. It's because like classical liberalism's dead. People who are classical liberals now call themselves like conservatives almost, just because there's no longer any kind of common ground between like the social justice crowd and your classical liberals. Yeah. And the Young Turks are like the social justice crowd. And all that boils down to is just ego stroking. It's really not about the topics that they're talking about. It's just like, look at me and my good values. Look how good of a person I am. Look how much I care. When at the end of the day, it's just, it's all self-glorifying. It has nothing to do with the actual politics, which is why Ben Shapiro just decimates his opponents after every debate. I mean, it's just, anytime you see Ben Shapiro coming into a debate, you just know he's going to win. Like, I wish I was even announced like him, because he's just amazing.
Yeah. Sargon of Akkad made a parody video with, I don't know who, can't remember who, called The Young Turks Freak Out on Sargon of Akkad. It was great.
Yeah. Oh, I love Sargon.
It was, and people were giving him hell about how he flagged a feminist who was kind of breaking the rules on Twitter, and it's like
Christiosity,
yeah. I mean, at first I was thinking this is a bit hypocritical, but when you really think about it, they've done this day in and day out, and they weren't going to stop. And for me personally, I would have muted her because there's no way she would know.
Yeah, I mean, He gave his explanation. I understand his explanation. It makes sense to me. And I wasn't really, I don't really follow them. I don't have a Twitter, so I don't follow them or like the outside drama.
Yeah.
But his response, in my opinion, made sense because it was just giving them a taste of their own medicine and just further showing like how much of a hypocrites they are. And I understand I can understand the backlash, like, oh, you're stooping to their level. And it's like, well, the gloves are off at this point. It's kind of like there are no levels anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of people on Twitter, some guy who muted me, I looked him up and I was just scrolling through his Twitter feed to see what he's all about. And he mentions me and he says that he's going to make a video on me soon. And because he just made a video on the white YouTuber, and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be great.
Give me that sweet publicity.
Yep. He has about 400 or 500 subscribers, and I have almost 200, so he'll be giving me a shout out. And I have a theory that he's going to just take me to task over. I made a video about the trans military ban. I've made a video on him explaining why he was kind of being a hypocrite, because when a feminist gets backlash, he will literally defend her. Any female feminist or just a woman on YouTube who gets backlash, he will, and if it's a man who responds, he'll definitely go after the person. And it's so pathetic. He even admits that, oh, well, now you're going to go after her. I must protect her from you. And it's like, that's so sad.
My chivalry, like my fedora.
A white knight.
Yeah. That's the thing about them, a lot of male feminists and so on and so forth. They claim to be moral and be for women, but the reason why they're male feminists is probably because they don't really have respect for women, and they just do that, become a male feminist just so they can be a little bit more moral than what they actually are.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a feminist, but I really respect women. That may just be my my religious beliefs, but I'm also I remember had this I remember when I was at my opera camp, I had this South Korean girl who really had a big crush on me. She'd rub my chest, my back. She was just before I left, I kissed her on the cheek because I'm not going to go for the full
That's so cute. Oh,
I know. I'm not exactly a big romantic, mostly because I've never had experience with that. I wasn't that type of guy to get a whole bunch of relationships when he was in high school. But I'm a pretty clean person. I mean, a lot of guys would have tried to taken advantage of that, but I just didn't. I didn't have the heart to do it, mostly because I'm blessed. We were going to be gone in a month. I still talk to her on Facebook. She's like a native South Korean, so her English wasn't exactly that good, but she still was very had just enough to communicate with us all very well. And I remember she really liked me, and she would constantly hit me and stuff, just for fun, goofiness. It was, my sister thought it was the most adorable thing. My sister, who's just about to go to college in Utah, told me that was like one of the cutest things she's ever heard.
That's my state, actually, where I'm at in the moment. So, yeah, and for me personally, if I'm in a relationship with someone, personally, I will, like, whenever I am. Central. Seriously, like a bunch of Mormons. I actually got into a street debate, and there goes the webcam. The Mormons I got into a street debate with on my way home from school. I'm going to be going off to high school this August, so they gave me the Book of Mormon, and really nice people. And,
I'm sorry, my mother was raised in Mormonism. But by the time she was 14, she's like, there's literally no connection between the Bible and this book. And I guess the pastor there was like, that's just the devil whispering in your ear. Like,
Yeah. For me personally, when it comes to relationships, I have dated an atheist, or at least I think two, and a religious girl. And I have no issue with religious people. Like, I don't know what religion TheIncredibleAspie goes under. I'm personally an atheist, and I don't have any issue with religious people.
Christian.
Just the authority. Oh, you're a Christian?
Non-denominational.
I am too.
For me personally, the only religious people I ever have a problem with are the one who have an authoritarian type behavior.
Islam.
And speaking of, there's a few oxymoronic things in the world I think we all can agree with. Muslim feminists, male feminists.
Hey.
And Just those are two of the most oxymoronic things in the world.
Yeah. Well, I remember Bering did a pretty hilarious video, and it was covering. I forget the guy's name. He's a pretty famous male feminist here on YouTube. He has like the beard. He's older.
Kevin Logan.
Steve Shives.
Oh, yeah.
Bering did a hilarious video on him months back, like dissecting a video that he did with his wife. I can't remember, but it was really funny. He was like equating Steve Shives to this like degenerating parasitic leech that just like
oh my God, I remember
put itself on a female host. It was really funny.
I did a parody of Steve Shives once.
I invited so many people, but nobody's coming on.
Well, I mean, don't think about it in that regard. I mean,
I know.
Whatever. If people show up, they'll show up. If they don't, whatever. You have a couple people here. Well, we're not good enough for you.
No.
Am I not good enough?
No, I'm fine.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I know. It's very keep going.
How's my audio, by the way? Because what's your name? Victoria. Her audio and your audio is pretty good. Yep.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, am I shouting and am I being too loud?
No, you're okay. Your audio is pretty good. Your audio is pretty good, and it's nice to meet you, Victoria.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too. Hold on, my phone's dying.
Oh, hey, Esmond, do you know the white YouTuber?
Oh yeah, I'm subscribed to him.
Yeah. I've been on a few streams with him.
Oh, lucky.
I've been on a few streams with him, and I had to beg him to finally let me on one stream, and and afterwards I still beg him to go on his streams, but he never lets me on, mostly because I'm like that clingy YouTuber guy who I'm sometimes when I ask YouTubers to come onto my streams, they don't even respond. Most of the time, they don't even respond. Yeah. I've sent multiple invites to Naked Ape. I never heard back one time. Not even a no thank you. At least Braving Ruin, said, or Edgy said, fine, I'll eventually come on, and but I didn't say that. He says not today, just not today. I can't come on. And it seems like the days that he can come on, he just doesn't come on.
Yeah. To me personally, the only time I ever really, if I could live stream with Hangouts, I would always, like if anyone would ever want to join, all they'd have to do is, all they'd have to do is say, hey, can I come on your stream? And I'd of course let them on. The only times I ever really appear on Hangout streams are like this one where we just shoot the shit or debates. And
sorry, don't mind me. Just fixing my phone.
All right, that's cool. For me personally, I remember the very first Hangout I joined, which was it was confusing at first because when you join on a phone or a tablet, what I'm using to talk to you guys right now, at first I thought it wouldn't let me join, but then it just gave a disclaimer saying you're going to actually appear in a live video, which I'm fine with that. It just gets a bit annoying at times. So I just hit proceed, I accept, and it was fun. For 4 hours, I debated someone from another country, talking about various things. I was actually really productive, which I find more productive than arguing with people on Twitter. It's like if we're going to argue, I'd rather argue in a Hangout where we're actively able to respond with more than 140 characters.
I think Twitter is more for like trolling and just shutting down people. I think for at least from what I've seen, for the more like anti-feminist, anti-social justice community, it's more just like trolling the shit out of everyone and making jokes.
Yeah. I ended up, the only Twitter argument I ever really got in that was just hilarious is I was in a podcast with two other people and we were talking about various things, and some guy who we mentioned in the first 10 seconds he made a Twitter thread about the whole thing, and it was so funny, and I was dead afterwards. But I'm not really into Twitter. Yeah.
It's not my thing.
Yeah. I actually remember I've been blocked by a few people on Twitter. Some people I've never even tweeted at, like Steve Shives and others. Riley Dennis blocked me once, and I never even tweeted at her. Because I went to her Twitter to see if she even what her thoughts were about her whole video about dating preferences are discriminatory. And I was blocked, and I'm thinking, all right, it's your Twitter, you do whatever you want. Like, I don't believe, I think it's a bit petty to block or mute people, but I believe you can do whatever you want with your account. As long as you're not spamming people with inappropriate things, it's your Twitter. Do what you want with it. If you want to become Steve Shives, go for it. It's your Twitter. You do what you want. With me, I try never to mute or block people. The only time I'll do that is if you spam me or you dox me. You know. So if you don't mind me asking,
and stuff like that.
yeah, if someone, that's what doxing is. If you find and reveal someone's like address and phone number and things like that are private on the internet. So like if I were to find, if Victoria were to find out Aspie's phone number and release it to the internet, that would be considered doxing. If you don't mind me asking, what state are you in? Because I'm in Utah. And I don't know if you guys are even in the Western United States.
California.
I'm in Texas.
Yeah.
Jim's in Michigan. So I haven't been there in years, and honestly, the first time I went, it was great. Got to go to Hollywood. Got to go to the beach. Really would have loved to go to San Francisco and go to that bridge.
I've only ever been to San Diego, but it was awesome.
Yeah. One thing I was mentioning earlier, since Aspie here brought up relationships, for me personally, if I'm in a relationship, one thing I hate about people who are is they will literally cut out the entire gender. For instance, a girl would say to me she could not talk to any boys because she was dating this one guy and she wouldn't talk to any other male. Which, if you really think about it, you're going to end up cutting out any of your male relatives that want to talk to you. So and friends too. So it's a bit weird. So I'll pay attention to anyone I'm in a relationship with. It's just I'm not going to cut out everyone else from my social life. I think that's just a bit weird, and it's also just rude.
That's just a typically control tactic and just a huge indicator of insecurity. Yeah. But to be fair, not that I'm arguing for people to like drop all their opposite sex friends once they enter into a relationship. But to be fair, I feel like a lot of that can either come from people who have been cheated on, or not that it's an excuse. It's just like, I don't know. I've never really known anyone like that, but it happens.
I only had one relationship. Yeah, I only had one relationship where this girl I was dating, she said to me, like almost any like, I don't know how to describe it. She says, "Could you please not talk to any other girls?" And I'm thinking, what do you mean? And she's like, "Your friends and stuff." And I'm thinking, that's insanity. And there were just other signs where it's like, this isn't healthy and this ain't right. And that was a relationship I was glad to get out of. She never hit me. You know, if she would have hit me, then
good.
Yeah. For me personally, I believe that if you hit someone that you're dating, that person should hit you back. Or if they don't want to hit you back, they need to leave you immediately. I
wouldn't necessarily escalate violence. You know, typically I just automatically be like, "Oh, we're done. I'm leaving."
Yeah.
And if you touch me again, I'm calling the cops.
I would have left him. If she would have hit me, I would have left immediately.
I would have just done a calm down slap. A calm down, just
yeah.
I don't think there's such a thing.
Well,
to be honest,
for me personally, I don't believe in taking it from people when they hit me. I don't know why people like if you don't think hitting back is the way to go, that's totally fine.
Well, but as far as like say, okay, so a woman's hitting a man, I would definitely argue the man do like you said, a calm down slap, just like reminding like, hey, I'm physically more powerful than you. This is not a smart decision for your survival. Stop. And then, call the cops. But as far as like women like getting hit and being like, I'm going to fight back because I'm a woman and we're equal. It's kind of like, not physically or not. That's not a smart idea.
Yeah.
Just remove yourself from the situation.
Every single video I've seen multiple videos of women who attack men thinking that and then all of a sudden they get knocked down. The thing that usually happens is this. The woman attacks the man. Nobody does anything. Nobody does a single thing. And all of a sudden the man does one push to get her away, and all of a sudden just the crowd around them.
Have you seen that video of it's like at some protest, and the girl has like a balloon sword, and she's like smacking the policeman's helmet, and he like pops it, and she just goes, she just like falls down and cries.
Yeah. Hey, Victoria, do you have a YouTube channel? Because I like to subscribe to people I'm in Hangout videos with.
I have my account, but I don't have any videos.
Let me show you a few of these videos I was telling you about. Yeah, here's my Twitter. I've been inviting just people all the way. Just look at me. I'm so desperate. Just look at that. But anyway, off to YouTube, off to the YouTubes, and
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you this one video of this girl who woman, man. Just if you type in the word "man hits back," look what happens. You get "man hits back." There's just one. It's always some video. I'm trying to think of one video. Man, they're not the same videos that Oh, here we are. This one. Now this.
It's only gender equality.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh my gosh!
Mean,
never mind. I'm gonna get you copyrighted now. Crap.
You'll be fine. I don't think you're gonna get copyrighted, Aspie.
Yeah, men striking back. Video 1. Here we go. I think that I don't think this is as bad.
Well, either way, it's a very broad subject. If we want to see those kinds of videos, we can look them up on our own. It's all right.
Yeah. For me personally, I don't think. Like, I will say this.
Look at this girl right here. Holy crap! She's just hitting him all the time. Ow!
I think personally, I don't think we need to. Victoria, you do hold a point. You know, we shouldn't really take it there, but the point, like, if we don't enforce the thing.
Well, I only made that point from like a female perspective, as far as like women shouldn't continue to escalate the violence.
She's just hitting
Typically,
him.
I would see a majority of instances women should not be like, I'm strong enough to beat this man. Let me do, like, you know. I think it's best for women in most situations, unless you're just like grade A badass who can take on, someone's bigger.
Look what the man does.
Yeah.
Oh. Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
So.
Oh. Ow.
But I mean, as far as like if you have a woman coming at you, just like going balls to the wall, like fists in the face, like you know, doing some harm, it's like, yeah, smack a hoe. Just knock her out. Get her to sleep.
For me personally, like, I don't think anyone should hit anyone. But if it's the person who hits you hit you first,
self-defense. Yeah. Self-defense is what I'm promoting. Nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm not promoting abuse. Just like, but it's just such a double-edged situation, because you have people like in instances where women just run to the police and say like, "Oh, my husband hit me," and nothing ever occurred, and without question, the husband's taken away.
Yeah, that's what happens to men a lot. So is people tend to, if a woman claims a man was
lady right here, this drunk girl just absolutely just hit this guy for. Oh my gosh.
To me personally, I think that I've had discussions with people about this before, that I believe in the burden of proof. If you make a claim that someone did something to you, I believe the burden of proof is on you. I'm not saying we should just automatically reject your claim, but of course be skeptical of it.
Well, it's like with any investigation, if things just boil down to he said, she said, there has to be other evidence to sway a jury one side, or the judge one way or the other. Because if it's not going to go anywhere, and it's literally people just pointing fingers at each other, it's kind of like, I'm sorry to whoever is wronged in this situation, but nothing can be proven. And I've been involved with an investigation where it's like I had evidence, but very limited evidence against a person. But then, someone else came forward and a case was made. But prior to having an investigation, like a full-blown investigation done and going into court and having this person charged and prosecuted and convicted, it's like my legal advisors had to tell me, like, look, there is a chance that nothing is going to happen, and you have to emotionally and mentally prepare yourself for that, because as of right now, it really just looks like he said, she said. We're on your side, we believe you, but there has to be more evidence. Thankfully someone else came forward, so everything worked out. But I mean, in any situation, whether it's like a simple robbery, defamation, rape, sexual assault, whatever it is, there has to be more evidence than just like, oh, well, he did this to me, or, she's lying.
Yeah, and people would talk about Matthew Dang has joined the call. Hey,
Matthew.
Hey, Matthew. Hi, Matthew. How are you doing? I can see we're now blue Yeti buddies right here.
Oh, well, mine is actually silver, so...
Mine's actually silver.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but like people, it turns out in the United States, it's not even a felony if you falsely accuse someone of a crime. That itself ain't a felony. In the UK,
and you should face criminal charges for that, for lying to the police. Because,
are y'all talking about like false
if you lie in an investigation, you get charged. So why should it be any different? You're wasting time.
What are we talking about again?
We're talking about how in America, I guess I can't.
It's not a felony at all.
Yeah, it's not a felony.
In the UK,
it may not be a felony, but is it a criminal charge? Like, can they face fines?
Yeah. In the UK, you can get a life sentence for perverting the course of justice, but only 6 months for wasting police time. In Australia, it's the norm for people who falsely report crimes like rape do not get any punishment at all. And there have been women's groups who want to reduce the punishment for false rape accusations, which, I'm not making generalizations here, but, you have to ask yourself, what does that really say about them if that's for those groups, if they're advocating for lesser punishments for crimes, for falsely reporting a crime, and then some people have taken the unfortunate step because their lives have been ruined to taking their own life. You have to ask yourself, what does it say about that group? But not to make any unfair generalizations.
And I mean, I know Aspie knows this, and I think, Matthew, you were in the previous live stream where I mentioned it, but I was in the Navy, and one thing that happens in the Navy, like the Navy has a huge problem with sexual assaults and rape cases and stuff like that, but one of the things that happens is women who will falsely accuse men of rape, say to get off a boat or get them in trouble or whatever. It doesn't it's not like an epidemic as far as like false cases go that I'm aware, but it does happen. And combined with like the reality that a lot of sexual assaults actually happen, you have far too many commands that won't take females seriously when they report these kind of crimes, because they're kind of like, oh, do you just want to get off the boat? Do you just not want to be here? Like, where's your evidence? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And so it makes that 10 times harder for actual victims to be taken seriously. It's just like, no, it should, there should be a serious
looking at it. Like, for me personally,
what is it?
Yeah.
There should be serious repercussions is what I was looking for. I was like, what's the word? Serious repercussions to discourage that kind of behavior, because far too many people get away with it. I'm not saying it's just females. I'm sure some guys have done it too, but I mean, men already have a hard enough time being able to openly say, like, I was sexually assaulted.
Yeah, that's the thing with men, and in fact, people point this out a lot. If a man is sexually assaulted and the person who raped him, let's say for the sake of the point, it's a woman, if she gets pregnant, there's no way he can get out of it. He'll be forced to pay child support. And people often even reduce what men go through. Oh, it's not that traumatic. Oh, and they'll use basically, like, if you use their logic of how, men consent because erections, if you apply that to women, and if you were to apply that same logic,
there's a statistic that shows, that's kind of true, because there's a statistic that says that 78 of women who are raped reach orgasm.
Oh, 70%?
No, 87%. It's higher.
Well, they can't.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't believe that. I cannot believe that.
If that's true,
how do you even conduct that kind of investigation?
So that'd be a very awkward thing to ask a rape victim. Yeah,
I don't believe in whatever study that's done at all. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna cast that one out immediately.
Yeah, this is why I avoid women.
I will admit, I did see it in a black pigeon video, but I think you might. I don't know. I don't know if it was.
I have no idea who that is, but either way, I could just right now. I'm just gonna say that whoever conducted that study is fucking bullshit. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Like, I'm sure it does in some percentage of women who are raped.
But it's a very,
as far as 87%, 87% is just like, that's like, no, that's way too high.
Yeah. Like, even if, let's say that's true. Let's say we're true. That, to me, like, okay, you just had an orgasm. That doesn't mean consent. An erection doesn't mean consent. To me, to give consent, you have to agree to it, and to agree to it, I think you have to say yes, and if you don't agree, say no.
Here's my and I think we're in agreement on that. But here's what I have to say as far as, like, because as far as like sexuality goes and how like men and women are, for men, I would definitely believe like it's a reflective response. You know, it's just the body responding to stimulus, kind of.
Yeah.
Not to say
That's
that men
hairy.
don't respond mentally, but yeah, it's like involuntary. And for women, I'm not saying that it isn't involuntary, but we're much more mental when it comes to that kind of thing. So I feel like there is a small percentage. I do believe it, but I don't think it's like 87%. I don't think it's
Yeah.
87%.
I mean, hey,
I don't
PewDiePie is
know.
responding to Sargon of Akkad. That's kind of cool.
Huh?
PewDiePie is responding to Sargon of Akkad.
No way.
Yeah, look it up. Look at PewDiePie's account.
PewDiePie. I'm gonna go to his channel right now.
So,
No, not his channel, his Twitter.
Oh, did he respect women?
Yeah.
Did he respect women?
What do you mean? He doesn't agree with Sargon or something? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. He said Sargon sent a tweet to him because he had a picture of Anita Sarkeesian on the front of one of his videos. And PewDiePie is just and he's like, you absolute madman, PewDiePie, because he put Anita Sarkeesian on the thumbnail.
Oh my god! If you actually watch the video, it's actually his playthrough of some game.
PewDiePie. He has almost 11 million followers, and he only follows about less than 500 people on Twitter. I searched
that would
gamer.
make sense. That's still a significant number of people to follow.
Oh my god! If you can actually like click on the video, it's not actually about Anita Sarkeesian. It's one of his playthrough video with his friends. Actually, check that.
All right, so the tweet. I searched gamer on Google. Not sure what. Actually, I'm going to go to the original tweet for some context. All right. You absolute madman at PewDiePie replying to at Sargon _of _Akkad. I searched gamer on Google, not sure what you mean. You are fake news. Someone replied.
Yeah, look at that. Yep. PewDiePie was definitely lying about that. He definitely used Anita Sarkeesian. He's trying to play innocent.
I don't get why he did. If he didn't make a video on her,
pretty sure he used that thumbnail as like clickbait or
Yeah, I mean
like
it's
that.
a joke, and like Anita Sarkeesian's the one who started Gamergate
PewDiePie
way
is known
back.
to
So
make PewDiePie is known to make like jokes like that. I mean,
it would
and then the Wall
it
Street
makes
Journal.
sense. It makes sense.
Oh my god, the Wall Street Journal. The major media loves to smear on PewDiePie.
That was the one thing that that makes me hate Wall Street Journal with a passion, is the fact that they had to slander PewDiePie, which if he wanted to, he probably could sue him, which he'd be justified. As for
you never know, he could be in a current lawsuit with them. Who knows? I wouldn't blame him.
As for I think then they ran an article
libel,
about
slander.
As for their whole, they started adpocalypse with calling YouTube's giving money to racist content creators.
Yeah.
Which here's the thing with calling people Nazis in 2017. People don't even know what a Nazi or a fascist is. In fact, you don't really hear people call anyone Nazis or fascists in 2016. Then when Trump got inaugurated, the word Nazi and fascist lost any and all legitimacy as to being a real word. People, I'm not saying they're not real words now, but
well, no, but yeah, they've lost the actual meaning.
Yeah, it actually lost the actual meaning, like racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, blah blah phobic. I mean, just people love to throw these words around like cannon fodder or
They're
something.
just buzzwords to manipulate a conversation, so they're the ones that can control where the conversation goes from there. Because if you get somebody on the defensive, they focus on that. They focus on making sure that their character isn't questioned versus actually furthering the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
I think when in a debate, when somebody tries to call you racist, okay, somebody's what's the word for it? Echoing.
Echo chamber?
Not me.
No, somebody's echo I can hear like an echo.
Yeah, I hear it too.
One second, please. I think I can fix this one. I think is that better? Yeah, that's better now. I guess it's I guess I have to do this. It's probably better.
I don't think that fixed it. I still hear it, but it's not as bad, I think.
Oh, really? I guess it's not, never mind.
Yeah, I don't know where it was coming from.
That didn't fix it. I guess we'll deal with it. Hey, Esman, are you like a Latino or something?
Yeah, I'm 25% Hispanic. If you want to get more specific, Mexican and 3/4 white. How about you guys?
Like, whiter than sour cream.
Sour cream.
Super white.
I'm 100% Asian.
Asian.
I have dark
Asian
brown.
rain.
Oh my god. For me, I have very dark brown, almost, it looks black right now, but it's dark brown hair.
I can see. But maybe you can use your 25% Hispanic for your advantage.
For your oppression card, you get to punch certain slots.
You know, affirmative action, you know, National Honor Scholarship.
Yeah. It also especially depends on what time of year I'm in. If it's the winter, I get really pale. And then I get full oppressor points instead of oppression points. When I get tanned, more tanned than the Kroger barbecue bag, people will assume I'm just 25% Hispanic, not a whole lot. My father, he's 50%, and then if you go down further, you'll get less and less, and the further you go back, it'll be more and more, and in the future, it'll go less and less. How about you?
My tan version is just a deeper shade of pink, and it takes me about a week to get there. I think I've been tan like once in my entire life, and it took an entire summer.
How about you, Aspie? How about you?
What was the question again? My apologies.
You asked me about my ethnicity, and then how about you? What's your ethnicity?
I'm mostly German, some English, and I'm actually 256th Cherokee.
Ooh, 100. The Cherokee card.
I got my card. Yeah. Ooh. It really does not mean a lot. It's not like other Native American tribes, but those other tribes you have to be way more what you should say genetically involved. And I don't have enough of the Native American genes to I'm definitely not that Native American. I mean, I hate the taste of alcohol, Loglo, and I am.
It's an acquired taste.
I know it is.
Yeah. For me,
just switch to vodka. You'll be fine. You can't taste it when it's mixed in with stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Vodka was Sprite.
I got full oppressor card as an oppressive white cisgender straight male. If I were Christian, I'd get full oppressor points. Male. How did it go?
I'm guessing I'm the most oppressed one. I'm Asian. I'm gay. I'm autistic.
You win the oppression Olympics for this group.
Yeah.
Autistic.
Wait a minute.
You can get disability.
Yep. Wait a minute. Victoria is the second most oppressed in the group. She's a woman, but she's
I'm a woman. Yeah, screw all you men. Shut up. This is my platform now.
She only gets to
control it.
My platform now. I'm Asian, okay?
I'm Asian. I am Asian and gay.
She's only going to be able to make 77% of what we make in our lives.
Yeah, guys, right? Exactly. That's how it works when I was in the military.
She's going to have to pay more for, cosmetics and bathroom products.
Oh, yeah, because I have to buy those things.
Yeah,
they're necessities.
To be serious,
To
be serious,
Victoria...
Keep going. Finish your. I was going to say.
As to Victoria, I don't know what your sexual orientation is, but Matthew's gay, and he's even more oppressed than you now. Especially,
that's true. Yeah, I am a straight female, so
oh man,
I lose some impression points there. So sorry.
Yeah. As for Aspie, I don't know what his is. I'm assuming probably straight, and that makes me even more oppressive. So I'm oppressing every one of you. I'm out oppressing you guys.
You're the biggest oppressor. Get out of this.
Yeah, but Aspie's a devout Christian, so he gets less privilege.
No, more privilege.
Man, I'm losing all my oppressive points here. I'm losing my victim card.
Yeah, at least you're only vagina in our group right now.
I need a fedora. I will be full out
I was the only
oppressive.
vagina in the last group too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, use your vagina to make jokes. My vagina.
Right.
Hey, can I tell you?
I'm not Amy Schumer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I gotta tell you guys something. I am that whole to be serious. That whole pink tax thing. That was like one of the biggest. You know why I don't. You know why women's products cost more than men's on average? Because
it's just packaging.
Marketing, economics,
I know
psychology.
There's gonna be a lot.
I know
Just
you're
assume their
alluding
gender.
to the white YouTuber's most recent video.
There's a lot of.
But
keep going.
No, it's fine. Are you referencing the white YouTuber's most recent video?
No. I've just heard multiple things about it. It's mostly because there's a lot more stuff that goes into women's products. Because when men go to the store, we don't look for the best version.
Well, no, I mean, he covered everything like that. The
We
girl in the
sometimes-
video.
We sometimes get them stuff that is shampoo, conditioner, and soap all in one bottle. Sometimes that's how cheap we are.
Yeah, 3-in-1. Dove plus men.
It just
and
all
not to
boils
mention-
down to marketing. Women like really pretty things. Men don't really care that much. That all boils down
not to mention psychology.
Wait a minute.
Not to mention psychology.
And I'm a
Wait,
very
Aspie, I gotta ask you a
I mean,
question.
psychology
Yes,
affects
yes, ma'am.
marketing for
Yes,
both
yes,
men
ma'am.
and women.
Yes.
It just,
Yeah.
I would argue that for more like regular everyday items,
Did you just assume their
Psychology's
genders,
probably
Aspie?
Yeah. Yep. I assume
psychology's more fueled towards women. Where I guess for more big ticket items, because typically men do make more money because they work more.
Yeah.
So then, like,
the
I would say marketing for like cars and
You
bigger than, like,
internalized
electronics
misogynist.
and stuff like that. It's definitely
She's an
more
internalized
men-focused.
misogynist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How can I be
Steve Shives would-
misogynist if I'm gay? Oh wait.
you're super misogynist.
Oh yeah.
Victoria
Oh, yeah.
is an internalized misogynist.
Oh yeah, being gay is now considered misogyny.
Yeah,
oh my
I
God.
secretly hate my vagina. I hate women. I hate myself so much.
Yeah, I'm not sexually attracted to vagina, so it means I hate women. Misogyny. Oh yay.
Yeah. It's just about.
Yeah, how dare you not be attracted to me, Matthew?
Hey,
Misogynist.
Come on, vaginas look
Your
disgusting.
dating preferences make you a bigot, according to Riley.
Would you date a trans woman?
That's why you need that.
No.
Hey,
No, Aspie, would you?
Would I date a trans woman? Do you mean a man who turned into a woman? Or kinda?
F to F or F to M.
Sure.
No.
Same, I wouldn't. No.
Still a man.
Even if it's a Christian trans or a devout
I
Christian
don't even
trans.
think that's possible.
You know
I
what?
don't even think that's possible.
The Bible.
Personally, I wouldn't.
The Bible.
Oh.
Would you date a Muslim?
If
Would you date a Muslim?
If they converted, if they became an apostate, I would.
You
They
Islamophobe!
get killed in their own country.
Islamophobe! Islamophobe!
Islamophobe. He's an Islamophobe.
Good on
You Islamophobe!
He's an Islamophobe.
Islamophobe.
You must pray to Linda Sarsour to atone your sins of Islamophobia.
Oh God! Don't even say her name. She makes me want to vomit.
Her name sounds like a disease. Wait, that's Steve
Her
Shives.
last name is actually Arabic for cockroach.
Yeah, I saw that
How
somewhere.
accurate.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. I actually checked the translation. It's cockroach.
Very befitting.
Cockroach.
Very fitting.
It
Yeah.
suits her.
If she's
Yeah.
married to him, it should be.
Yeah, she's born in Brooklyn to Palestinian parents, and she got married through an arranged marriage.
Did anybody see that rap video of that all those women wearing the hijabs? It was like,
Oh God,
the,
no.
Hijab rap.
my hijab,
No.
my hijab.
Hijab. Hijab is feminism. Feminist now.
God, this just hurts my soul. It just makes me so sad. Like I just don't even want to think about it.
This is very thought provoking. The hijab. When you think about it, if something like I'm trying to make a pun with hijab and like getting a job, but I can't think of anything.
Oh, nice
Damn
try.
it.
Well, you get a C for effort.
Damn.
Yeah, who's the one person
Yeah.
watching?
I've always wanted to wear a hijab.
Actually, once a year you can do it at my school. The Muslim Students Union every year have a thing where they have women wear a hijab for a day to show what to walk in their shoes.
Oh, wear
I don't want to
hijab.
walk in their shoes. I don't want to know what
I'm a
that's
guy,
like.
so they're probably
I don't wanna
will go
know
like ape shit when they see me wear hijab because I'm a man.
Also, it wouldn't be a real Muslim experience unless one of the Muslim boys smacked you in the face. Then it would probably be legitimate. But
no. I'm talking more realistic. If one of the Muslim boys pushed me off a building. Good job.
Good
hijab there now.
Do they get to cut their clitorises off too?
Oh,
yes,
God.
actually they do.
Yeah.
The thing is,
but you can't conflate their local culture with their religion. Ew.
Their culture sucks. Screw their culture. The only thing I like about their culture is their food.
What I find really fascinating, and I've been talking about this more recently with like friends and family, is how and I mentioned it earlier. It's just like, you know, feminism and social justice is all about just ego. It's about just
oppression
like,
points.
Look at me. But I can't remember who else I was talking with this, and I know it a while back. I'm sure I heard this in a video. I can't remember who. If I can figure it out, I'll let you guys know. But it was talking about how there's just like this suicidal, like subconscious of like the male feminists and the feminist movement and just social justice in general. It's like these people hate themselves so much, so they want to see everything around them destroyed that they feel threatened by, and they'll do it by any means necessary, and that means right now is radical Islam and Sharia law. And so they do these mental gymnastics to try and make it seem like, oh, Sharia law and feminism are actually, you know, really congruent, like they match so well, and you're just an Islamophobe and blah blah blah. And it's like,
you don't know about Islam and the Quran, about women.
And it's like, you would literally be killed on sight as like a blue-haired, no shaving, like leather-clad, ripped leggings psycho in the Middle East. Like that kind of behavior isn't tolerated where Islam thrives. You know, and
exactly.
Justin Trudeau.
The Islamic culture is it's very what we call it. It's not like normal patriotic. You know, Christian societies, I'll admit, were patriotic to an extent, but the Christian ideology, if you read Proverbs, is actually very friendly to women. But it actually speaks very highly of women. Women have an important place in society in the Christian religion. But
Jesus Christ was one of the first people of that time to say, like, men and women, husbands and wives are equal. Like, men love your wives as Christ loved the church, and wives as well. So
hashtag Jesus was a feminist.
Yeah, Christianity was a feminist religion.
Feminism is cancer. But yeah, I guess if we're going by the dictionary definition of, you know, feminism, equality for both genders, then yes. But at the same time, equality does not mean same roles, you know. And that's one point that I would love to argue. Just because women can do a lot of the same things that men can doesn't mean we should, vice versa. I mean, we're very different. And I'm not saying a woman can't do a job as good as a man or whatever. It's just ultimately, you know, we function very differently. And I think anyone can recognize that.
Women.
There was a study that showed that actually women in you know, the richer the society, the more advanced the society is, the more financially stable, economically, socially, and politically stable a society is, the more women tend to gravitate towards what you would call quote unquote traditional roles, meaning that women on average are more likely to choose the very lifestyle that feminists hate.
And just speaking from my own experience, you know, because we all grew up in the millennial age. I'm assuming we're all generally around the same age. And
how old are you guys?
21.
I'm 23.
23.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest of you all then.
Oh, you're a baby.
Are you 18?
16.
Oh my goodness, 16. You really are, baby.
You were in high school.
How old did you guys assume I was? Did you just assume my age? How old do you guys think I was?
There's no such thing as ageism, okay? Ageism is not a thing.
I'm oppressed by your ageism.
I thought you were 20 at least, but anyway.
I thought you're 18.
I feel complimented, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm triggered. You're triggered.
I'm triggered that you're still in high school.
Yeah, but anyway, as far as like, I remember growing up thinking, you know, there was no reason for men and women, there was no real distinction except, you know, the obvious physical distinctions between us, not really realizing just how different, like, our thought processes are on things and perspectives and stuff like that. Not that they aren't equal in mental capacity, but just we see things very differently, certain situations. Typically, most men and women see things differently. And not that we don't meet on some common ground, but anyway, you know, I was very much like women in combat's fine, you know, all those other kinds of things. But since being in the military, since speaking with other people, since speaking with women who have actually been in combat, it's like the more and more I'm realizing, like, I just, you know, it's not that we can't do a great job. It's not that we aren't capable, but it's like mentally how I've seen it affect women and the men around them. It has nothing but a negative effect. So I just, the more and more I'm understanding, and even in my own life, I'm kind of understanding, like, yeah, being a housewife and a mom with babies, that's awesome. I get that that's not for everybody, and I don't think we should put laws in place that force women into that kind of lifestyle, but I don't think women should be shamed, like how it's looked upon now almost. I think we're kind of going back to realizing, like, okay, a lot of women do enjoy being mothers and having children, and they're kind of seeing past the lie of you can have both children and a career, because ultimately you can, and in very few situations it works well, because if a woman has a career and the father has a career, well, the children are losing out on their childhood, on their mom. And then on top of that, the woman feels completely divided in her soul because she's a mother now, but she's devoted to her work. So it's like, you know, on a regular basis, she's having to choose between her career and her family. And that's a horrible decision to have to make daily.
Yeah, I once read an article where a woman explained that that a woman cannot have, quote unquote, have it all because women are basically, because Jordan Peterson said this himself, women have very complicated lives, and it was an article about this this woman basically saying, hey, I cannot I cannot have it all because I got to choose between my family or my job. And it's just absolutely ridiculous, and it's just absolutely it's very hard to do, and you cannot.
It destroys homes. It destroys homes.
And one thing with people, like, I had a debate with a feminist, like another street debate, and those were gonna be fun.
Good. Oh goodness.
So the person is like, I need feminism because women.
To the stream, please. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get as many people in here as I can. I like having a lot of people.
Yeah, that's fine. But the thing was, I asked pretty much the basic anti-feminist question: what rights under the law do women not have that men have? And she said the ability to serve in the military in the UK. And I said, well, that's not the case here. But I can understand why in the UK, because women they are physically disadvantaged in a sense. For instance,
honestly, even for me, having served in the military, I don't suggest women do it. After going through what I went through and what other women have been through, I don't suggest it. I honestly don't. And for me, there were plenty of females I met in the military that had a wonderful time. That honestly, they really enjoyed it. It was awesome, and I don't necessarily regret joining because it was such a great learning experience. And without that experience, I wouldn't be who I am now. But having said that, most females don't have any business being in the military. They just don't. Yeah. And the reason why is because it's still a very male-dominated environment for good reason. And I mean, I had very successful female officers and chiefs who I worked with who were awesome. But at the same time, a lot of them were really jaded and couldn't really empathize with the people underneath them because it's like they had to be tough as fucking nails because they've been in since like the 80s, the early 90s, stuff like that, when the military was a way harder place, and honestly better because I think the military is too soft now, especially in boot camp, way too soft. But
what do you guys think of the whole transgenders being banned from the military?
Okay.
I mean, it's the smartest decision, and I'm sorry, I don't have anything against trans people personally. It's a mental illness, but the military has rules against people with mental illness. You do not join, and if you if you show that you have signs of mental illness in the military, they will help you, and they do. I've seen it at my commands. You know, you had lots of people who just couldn't handle it, couldn't handle the hours, couldn't handle the stress, and they had to get help. And it's reasonable, but even with just regular, straight, normal people, you know, not that like you know, gay or homosexual isn't normal, but it's just kind of like, I'm talking about like, let's take your most cookie cutter American. Even with your most cookie cutter Americans, men and women, like they're getting mentally sick, you know, and they need serious help. So if you're already going to take somebody who has high risk of suicide, depression, and a litany of other issues, not to mention all the medical expenses it takes to be trans, it's like, it's just the worst concoction. It's the worst idea. If you care about transgender people, you do not want them in the military. If you don't give a damn, okay, sure, let them join. Yeah. But I mean, if you honestly, genuinely care about a person's well-being, this is just the most logical decision.
And I gotta say, the left, we have a legitimate debate when it comes to transgenderism in the military. Like, people who are transgender it is a mental illness, and people who are transgender tend to be very mentally unstable. Let me finish. And another thing is that people in the is that the left tries to counteract this by saying, "Come on, you won't pay for transgender surgery, but they get the pay, but you have to pay for it. But the military gets but men who served in the military get their Viagra paid for." That is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm like, that's
a false comparison. Apples
Gavin McGinnis did a great response on that.
To me, with a few things.
Yeah, men. You may have trouble getting it hard after you see people get blown up.
And I can get that. For me personally, I'm considering maybe joining the Marine Corps when I'm older. Someone of them, but my dad's a friend of his.
Go Air Force.
Told me about it.
Air Force.
Ooh, Air Force.
Yeah, he told me about the Marine Corps, and I can't remember his exact wording, but he said that if I were to join, if I wanted to go Army or Navy, it would be easier, something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I cannot really remember.
I tell everybody this, but if you're thinking about joining the military, go Air Force. They treat their people the best. They have the nicest bases. It's just awesome. You get paid. Like, I remember at my training command, not to rabbit trail here, but in the barracks I was in, we had some Air Force people training on our base, and they got paid extra for being in substandard living conditions on a naval base. And we were all like, fuck you guys.
As for other things with transgender people, and if we take everyone's feelings out of it, because I feel like that's all people are today, is just about feelings. And I'm not saying you can't.
My fifis.
It's too triggering, the microaggressions. But if we take all of that out and we focus on they have higher anxiety, and higher suicide rates and depression, are you going to be that cruel and subject them to combat? Now, let's say they've transitioned. Let's say they've gotten the hormones and they've transitioned and they're physically healed up. And I think it takes at least 2-3 months for that to be the case. If they want to serve, that's fine. And I think if you transition,
but even in that train of thought, the studies done on people who have post-transitioned, there's like only a 5 to 10% difference in the depression and suicide rates between. There's like no consistent change after surgery. And then even for people who aren't misgendered, say they look at you and they like, oh, I would have never guessed. There's still a high rate of depression and suicide. And I mean, the mental illness does not go away with the surgery. And there's like, I know there's like an elation period, you know, where people, find happiness in this newfound life. But the problem is it fades. The surgery and hormone replacement isn't a 100% fix. It's not a huge fix.
Don't you need hormones don't you need to...
Yeah, you need hormones for the rest of your life. You have incredibly high risk for cancer. You are sterilized, and you shorten, the life expectancy drops.
Yeah,
it's a bad fucking hand to be dealt.
Yeah. As for on the topic of transgenderism, in my opinion, if you want let's say Aspie was trans or Matthew, either one of them. If they felt like getting your...
Yes! Come on, dude!
Well, you're the only other males in the stream, but let's say these two thought their true identity was as a woman. if that's fine. If they wanted to, I don't know what the I don't want. I'm not.
I was just joking with you, dude.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I'm not entirely sure as to how they perform the surgery, male to female. Post-op trans women are never going to get pregnant, never going to have a period. And I'm not saying that doesn't make you a woman, because there's cis women who are infertile. It's just the thing is, trans women are biologically
men can get periods too.
Oh God! Don't even bring that.
Oh, well, as for trans men, they're still biologically female. XX chromosomes for women, and even if you do get
I mean, it's the same for both. You're still biologically the gender you were born as. Surgery and hormones is never going to change that.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing, I don't have anything against transgender people, because I understand, I mean, that's something I've never had to struggle with. I've never looked at the mirror and been like, I should be a man. Like, gender dysphoria has to be an absolutely hellish experience, and that has my full sympathy. And they have more of my sympathy that there are doctors telling them, like, oh yeah, spend these hundreds of thousands of dollars on surgeries and take these hormones for the rest of your life, and all will be well, because that's obviously not the reality of these people, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So the thing is,
I feel like more than anyone, they're robbed. They're not getting the help they need, and then they're permanently scarred. And I find it just very.
I gotta tell you, and when I see, it's one thing with the surgery, the whole surgery thing. I think that should be the absolute last resort, because most kids, when they're young and a boy thinks he's a girl, or vice versa, they usually end up being homosexual, because I think it's 80% of kids who think that they're the other gender or other sex are actually are going to be gay when they get older. But when I see online like a young boy or girl who's like 5 or 6 transitioning, I basically want to kill their parents from doing that.
Oh, it's just child abuse. It's just them imposing their beliefs, because children don't know. And the concept of gender, when we were younger, it was like girls were tomboys if they liked playing with dirt and the NASCAR, the Hot Wheels. Oh, you're a tomboy. And if boys liked playing with dolls or whatever, it's like, oh, you're effeminate, whatever, you're a girly boy. But it wasn't ever like, you're this, oh, you must really be a woman inside, huh, Timmy? Or you must really be a boy. It's just, it's like, I remember I had this really great friend in high school. Just an awesome guy. Endless laughs. I remember him fondly on the regular. He was just great. But he had a really powerful personality type mom, and his dad wasn't around that much. So he took a lot of his mother's interest as his own. And one of the things he really liked was dressing well. He really liked dressing well. He enjoyed shopping and stuff like that. But he was straight. He liked girls. He was normal. He was funny. But because of that, people were always like, oh, you're gay, huh? Oh, you like to take it up the butt. Or, oh, you're a lady boy. Or all this. And, years of this, and it's like he would get to the point where he'd be like, oh, maybe I am gay, and I'm like, do you like boys? And he'd be like, well, no, I don't, but everybody says it, there has to be some truth to it. And I'm like, just because you have interests that are typically female does not make you gay. Just because you have, and I was like, look, I'm gonna love you no matter what. But I'm just telling you, as I see it, I know the girls you have crushes on. I see it when you get all ooh, yeah. I just was like, I was like, don't listen to what they say. And it was the same for me. I'd have guys calling me lesbo and all that other kind of shit, because I liked playing rough or, doing boy things and stuff like that. And it was just at the end of the day, I was just a social butterfly, and I'm just like, ooh, let me be friends with everyone.
And that's kind of weird, because I kind of because I've always kind of liked tomboyish type girls, not like bull dyke type girls. I like
come here, pretty boy.
But anyway, I like girls who had kind of a tomboyish edge to them, or are not girly. Ooh. I remember when I was at that opera camp, this South Korean girl actually had a really big crush on me. I think I told you about this earlier. But she was very kind of tomboyish. She was tomboyish to an extent. She was very she was kind of tough. She would constantly play hit me and stuff like that. You know, she kind of mess around with me. You know, she was so sweet. She was sweet, pretty, very nice, and Christian too.
Hit her up, Aspie. Hit her in the DMs.
Yeah, but she's but the thing about her is that she's also she was South Korean. As I said, she was slightly tomboyish, and I really liked her. And my parents could not believe, and my parents and my sister could not. My sister was. I was driving home from the opera camp last night. My sister was all like, "I cannot believe that girl actually likes you. I just cannot believe it."
Well, that's rude.
I know.
Yeah.
Although I shared in her her thoughts.
You're very likable, Aspie. Don't be so shocked when girls like you. Okay. And next time your sister says some shit like that, be like, "Well, you're rude, and I don't appreciate that."
And to Aspie, to be honest, dude, you're a chill dude, and you seem very nice. So if you do have feelings for her, and if you do, I'm not saying you do, but if you do, hopefully it goes well. And for me personally, I don't really care if a girl's really girly or feminine or whatever, or if she's a tomboy. To me, as long as she's a girl, not born as a male. Like, if she was born as a female, I'm fine with it. I think I judge personality more than appearance, because appearance is really shallow. And I think there's more to people than appearance. That's just me personally.
That's true, and I totally support that, and I think that's awesome. But at the end of the day, you know, men and women can't pretend like, oh, I'm gonna look like a piece of shit, and people will still come flocking to me.
Attraction
is important. Please. Attraction is important. You know, and maintaining a certain level of appearance, like self-care, like taking care of your body, taking care of your odor, taking care of your cleanliness, hygiene, like. All that stuff is important. Well, as far as like, feeling the need to run out and get like a nose job or lip injections or whatever, that's all bullshit.
Well, like what I mean is just like, of course, like you got
things that a person can't change.
Yeah, like for me personally, I think, of course, hygiene. I was once on a date with a girl who didn't understand the concept of deodorant, and that was the last.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, and for me personally, it's like, I don't care if like people are like, oh, she must have a large chest or whatever. It's like, to me, that doesn't matter. I think as long as your hygiene is great, and as long as your personality isn't as toxic as the water in Flint, Michigan,
right?
That's fine. And here's the
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, that's fine. The one thing that angers me about people the most is when they're like, oh, straight men and straight women can't be friends. It's like, yes, we can. It's called being a mature, I'm going to be an adult in 2 years, and I can, have mature friendships with both men and women. And when it comes to female friendships, I can be friends with women and not have any feelings for them.
Yeah.
Same for them.
I agree. I would say that's mostly true. I would say that's like 90% true. But when you get married, not that I've been married, but I've witnessed this as far as married friends, things change a bit. And like if I was a wife to someone, and my husband was spending, a considerable amount of time outside work with, say, like a female coworker, like they would always get lunch together, but they were alone, or, they were exclusively working with each other. It's like, there's certain things where I can understand women putting their foot down, or men putting their foot down, like roles reverse. Like, say my husband found out that I was spending a considerable amount of time alone with another man. It's kind of like, I feel like there's certain situations where there's a little gray area in that regard. Yeah, but this is just me being like super particular. But I feel like for majority of everything you're saying, like I'm on the same page, because most of my closest friends have been guys, and I mean, my best friend's a girl, best bitches, but yeah, I mean, a lot of my closest relationships have been with guys, but I think there is some room for suspicion for both genders, as far as like, and this is just like in the future, like if a girl's just being like, oh, this is my best friend, like don't worry about him, he's just my best friend, but they're spending a lot of time together, I would get a little suspicious. I think there's room for that.
Yeah, I get where they're coming from. So Ant and B has joined the call. I don't know who that really is, so nice to meet you.
Oh, hello. She was in the he or she was in the chat. Hello.
I don't know if it's
What's your name?
she.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Are you there?
Can you talk? Do you have a microphone? Try and text. She tried.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can now. Nice to meet you.
Ah, that was the headphones.
Hello.
So
how are you?
I just took in the invitation anyway.
All
All
good.
good.
How are you?
Can I catch up to the conversation?
Yeah,
We're
we're just
all over
talking
the
about
place.
random stuff. We're all over the place.
But
My games.
as for what Victoria was saying about relationships, I get where you're coming from there. To be honest, I've never really had a relationship where someone says, "Oh, I suspect you're."
Catch up to the conversation.
For context, me and Victoria and everyone else were talking about relationships and how people are like, "Oh, straight men and straight women can't be friends, even though that's possible." Like, and then Victoria was talking about how if presumably straight man and straight woman spend a considerable amount of time with one another, and they're not and they're with other people, then there is room for suspicion. And I get where you're coming from there. I've only had people accuse me of that once, and it wasn't true. And thank God that's going to be hopefully over, because people in junior high are the worst and the cringiest.
Oh man,
Just being honest.
I never dated in high school, so but I imagine I can still remember those days. It wasn't that long ago, so.
Well, people, and like some people did change. When I moved here, the people were a lot nicer than other schools I've attended. And one thing that I generally enjoyed was some people came in there and they were just terrible. Like, I could say probably terrible people because of how they'd act. And when we left graduating junior high, they were actually decent people. And some people got worse and some people got better. So some experiences were a lot better. So
I mean, you right now are in like the like extreme growth stage where people are either going to change, and I think people do have the ability to change throughout their lifetime, but typically it's like who you are graduating high school is a good indicator of who you're going to be from then on, with obviously some changes. I can say that I've maintained certain qualities of who I am from high school. Like, I'm not unrecognizable, but the changes that have happened to me since then are like astronomical. Like, I'm not even the same person I was 2 years ago. So
for me personally, around 2 years ago, I was a really shy person. If we would have spoken to one another, I'd be very soft-spoken. I'd be talking almost like this tone. Now I'm a little more open and, and I like who I am now, because 2 years ago, I was cringe. Absolute cringe. And
I mean, we're all cringe at that age, just to be honest. It's just like middle school is the cringiest period, I think, in all of existence for anybody.
Very awkward. I remember, not me particularly, I was never really that awkward of a person. I mean, I was always kind of I was very eccentric, I'll say that, very odd, but I was never like extremely shy. I mean, I would try to talk to other people, and people would find me. I remember talking to this guy at a restaurant. I was sitting next to him, and he was completely thrown off by my behavior, because most boys my age don't act, sweet and nice and smiling all the time. Most of them are kind of
jerks.
Try to act cool and stuff. Big jerks. Big, giant jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, when it comes to, I personally hold this as a truth that, I used to be in the 7th grade, which is the absolute worst. I had a fro on my head, so I'm never going to do that again. But, the thing was, people, everyone there were absolutely horrible people. And the weirdest thing is, I noticed with a lot of schools I go to, everyone has bags under their eyes. So I don't know if it's a common trend in my city where people stay up too late or everyone's miserable, but
angsty teenage years of just staying up late thinking, combined with the workload demanded of them from school. It's common. Everybody's tired.
With age.
Yeah, and to Ant and B, I'm not really familiar with you. So how are you?
Oh, good.
That's good. I'm not really familiar with you, so hopefully
So what do you think of what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I can't really completely empathize.
That's fine.
As a kid who was just a general autistic kid in school, I couldn't really talk to people because, let's just say, they annoyed me pretty easily. So I just became a natural aloof.
Yeah, I've been described as, by people have described me as an old soul, which I don't really understand where they get that from. But with a lot of people, the kids were extremely annoying. So I'd find myself just wanting to go somewhere some peace and quiet because people would go in the gym after lunch to get some energy out of their system. The lunchroom was an absolute echo chamber. So it's like the only place I guess I could find some peace and quiet would be just outside. And fortunately enough, whenever I just go outside for some peace and quiet, I actually get some time to think about other things other than school and just people to avoid. But I did have a lot of friends in junior high, and I really do enjoy spending time with people. It's just, if they're negative people, not really. Like, if someone comes to me and they says they're having a bad day, I'll absolutely listen. Like, hell, I even extend the offer to people like you guys here. Sure, you might not be familiar, but I'd rather help people if they're unhappy rather than them suffer in silence. I don't think that suffering in silence is a good thing, and I can speak personally with that.
Yeah.
So, it's a great quality to have.
I gotta tell you this one thing about me. I was very in high school and in school, in elementary especially. I was slightly a bit of a loner because the one thing that I always liked to do was a swing. I'd go to the swing and I would just sit there for hours. Even now today, I have a swing there's a swing in our backyard. I go out there and I just swing and listen to music. I'll do that for hours because
definitely
it's so peaceful to me. And I can remember when I was young and in elementary school, that was the one thing that really bothered me was being in that lunchroom and hearing all the kids chattering. They're all so loud and everything was so obnoxious to me. It was obnoxious. I mean, I could stand it. I got used to it, but eventually it was just really dang it, the echo was throwing me off a little bit. It's fine. It was very uncomfortable for me, and I'd always wait till I had recess and I'd just go out to the swing. If I couldn't do the swing, I remember when I got into junior high, there was no swings. So instead I replaced it with a basketball and just go out there and with a basketball, hoops. There was two. There was just two. There were two viewers, and now there's zero. Viewers come and then they're
like, childhood discussion. I'm out.
Childhood discussion. I'm out. But anyway, I was a very kind of somebody who never. Who liked to be. Here's the thing. I like to be around people, but I didn't like to interact. It was I felt comfortable near a group. That's kind of how I felt. So
I was just really fucking weird. I was just a fucking weirdo. My social skills were horrible.
I just didn't like talking with people because a lot of the kids were just annoying. And the weird thing is, kids have gotten even. Like, for me personally, I'm mixed on how I view people. Yes, like some kids have been the pacification of my generation is just.
I can't even tell jokes in my college because everybody gets so offended. I can't tell any joke. I can't even tell. Not even.
Yeah. I personally tell I tell offensive jokes around people I know can handle it. Like. There's some jokes I won't tell because I don't personally find them funny. I think they're a bit far, but I do have.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go to the shower. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay. A few minutes shower. Okay.
I'm going. All right.
Bye.
I'm not completely leaving. I'll be back on the stream in just a few minutes.
All right. Have a lit shower, man. I don't know, but with
it's lit.
Yes. As for I wouldn't be antisocial. I just a lot of people there
more asocial. The word you're looking for is asocial.
There we go. The thing with me is, if the person's personality is about as toxic as the water in Flint, I don't want to have anything to do with them. If the person is at least tolerable, then that's fine. And in ROTC, I had to deal with people that I didn't like, and it did teach me some things. I even have the creed still on my wall today, which is it's been there for a while. But the thing that I enjoyed most about ROTC was the fact that people actually dressed decently, because people like to dress up in trashy clothing or just clothing where they look like a freak, and you're not allowed to have your hair dyed. So it made people look more like themselves. You're not allowed to have piercings except for little earrings for women and no piercings for men. So for the guys there, that was just great because I think guys look a little funny with earrings, but just me. If you want to wear that, that's totally fine.
I'm used to it.
I live in the great Beehive State, my friend. I don't know about you.
Utah?
State?
What, are you like a Mormon?
No, I'm not a Mormon. I'm an atheist. Used to be agnostic, but
But like your family is Mormon,
yeah.
right? Oh my God, Mormons! Oh my
The
God,
Book of Mormon. They gave some Mormons gave me this, but for my family, my mother, she does believe in a God, but she doesn't really subscribe to any religion. So does my sister. My dad isn't entirely sure, but I think he's an apatheist. He didn't give a shit either way because it wouldn't have any impact on
So
his
they're
life.
non-denominational.
Yes. For my aunt, she's a Catholic. I've met some Presbyterians and some Catholics, some Mormons. I think I have a few Christians in my audience, and just in general. I've only met one Muslim. And to me personally, I don't hate religious people. Just the authoritarian type, where they'll pretty much, for some authoritarian Mormons, which I like to call, some Mormons, and this is the irony. If you dare challenge their religion and the validity of it, they'll say you're forcing their opinion on you. You're forcing their opinion on them. But these people come to my door, and I had a debate on my doorstep with some of them, and they gave me this. And then I had a street debate near my house with some of them, and I asked them, since they're claiming that there is a higher power or a God or whatever, I said, okay, the burden of proof is on them because they made the initial claim, and I said, can you prove it with evidence that there is an afterlife or something to believe in? And they couldn't do it. They kept saying, you just have to believe, and I'm thinking, if you guys are trying to defend Mormonism and you're trying to defend your church, you are the worst representative for it,
I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I would argue that the Book of Mormon is pretty indefensible, and people typically are raised in it and stay in the church, and then, because people are encouraged to have as many children as possible to gain as much blessing from God, according to the Book of Mormon, it's just it's a furthering process of indoctrination, and the only way that they have ever been able to legitimize themselves is by trying to attach a bullshit book to the Bible. And
dum 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 dum.
There's a lot of I can understand why a lot of people feel that there isn't a God, because we all have these certain expectations of what an experience with God should feel like, or what the world should be like if there is a God. But coming from my own personal experience, it's like I've had experiences where it's like I can't deny his existence. I can't deny that there isn't a God. I've had moments where it's like I can never go back. But
you're Christian,
ultimately, right? Yeah.
Okay, I just don't want to I don't want to assume you're a part of one religion, but that's not where you are. Okay.
Or is he non-denominational?
Oh, yeah, it's true. Matthew,
no, I'm Protestant. I guess you can say, but I don't attribute myself to any I wouldn't specifically say I'm a Methodist or I'm a Baptist.
Yeah. Hey, Matthew, what religion are you in?
I just mentioned that I'm Buddhist.
Oh, okay. I only have one Buddhist in my audience, and that's not you. It's just I actually had a debate with someone about gender, and we were talking about other things to debate about, and it was about maybe my next debate might be on Buddhism. I don't know. But to Ant, what's your religion, if you're even a part of one, non-denominational or whatever?
I'm atheist, but I lean more in the anti-theistic direction.
I used to be agnostic for a good chunk of my life, personally. Then after the Boston bombing, it made me think about it, and I said to myself, if all these bad things can happen in the world, and people say God can do all these things, and this isn't to be disrespectful to any religion or whatever, but if God has a plan and he can do all these great things, and how come he can't stop certain things like terrorist attacks, all these horrible type of things happen in the world?
It isn't that God can't. It's that, we live in a world where free will exists, and there's consequences to those actions, and there's effects to those actions. So just because innocent people are affected by the actions of bad people does not mean that God isn't good or that he isn't powerful. Yeah. It just means that they're suffering.
Not really.
And another thing,
we still have instincts and preferences to go by.
Oh, like you're saying a higher power has instincts and preferences to go by?
No, everyone has instincts and preferences to go by. So technically we're living by those and not really free actions or anything like that, technically.
Well, isn't there...
Well, when I say, I mean, you have the free will to decide, like, if you're going to tell a lie. You have the free will to decide, like, if you're going to buy which car. You have free will that dictates your life. And so
I have free will depending on who I'm talking to. So not really.
What do you mean? That doesn't make sense.
The great debate, Victoria versus Ant.
Well, no, I mean, this isn't a debate. This is just a discussion. I want to better understand.
Yeah, but another reason
I could choose to lie to you depending on this conversation, but if I'm talking to someone else, then I can lie in a different way. So it completely depends on who I'm talking to.
But that's still free will. Just because you're doing something in a different way doesn't make it not free will.
I'm not sure about that.
You can because you're influenced by something doesn't mean that you're forced to make a decision. You still have the right to choose how you'll lie, what you'll say, if you're going to lie at all, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
But you can't lie to everyone the same way, so you're restricted.
Well,
again, just because there's things that influence your actions doesn't mean that it's not free will. And that goes back into what I'm saying. Like, people affect us, the lives around us and the actions of others affect us, but that doesn't mean our hand is forced one way or the other. We still always make a decision. We may feel compelled to make one decision more than the other, but you still have a choice to make.
Yeah. But one question I have for Victoria is about the whole I can't remember what it was, but people were saying Jesus was a communist or something because he didn't. Well, actually, okay, I just lost train of thought on the question. But do you find it odd, like, for example, like Pope Francis? Do you find it, like, when people say they pray for the poor, yet for some religious people, when they're in a certain level in a church, like with the Pope, if he's surrounded by gold, does it sound just a tad hypocritical in your opinion? I'm just curious.
I completely disagree with the Catholic Church. I think the Catholic Church horribly represents Christianity, and that's why I say I'm a Protestant versus a Catholic. Not that I'm sure there are plenty of Catholics who are saved. I'm sure there are plenty who aren't. Yeah. Same go for Protestants. I'm sure that there are many who think they are saved that actually aren't. Ultimately, what Christians believe is, saved by grace. You are saved through Christ's sacrifice, his payment for our sins, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But we're also called, as far as like the wealth goes and talking about like praying for the poor, but not giving anything in return, that's frowned upon by God, because that's just being a hypocrite. Like, I say these things, but I'll never actually do them.
Isn't that what virtue signaling is?
Yeah.
One thing I want to point out is, the whole burden of proof argument me and other atheists have made on YouTube. I might even make just a video about this, but the thing is about the whole burden of proof of people saying there is a God or a higher power or other or gods or deities or afterlife is the burden of proof. And since usually people I've talked to that are religious, and I'm not trying to generalize, but those who I've talked to thus far haven't been able to show evidence to say that there's a god or gods or deities or higher power. And
most scientists, like specifically those who study space and like the expansion of space and things like that, recognize at this point in time, history, 2017, that the universe has intelligent design. So and many have converted from atheism to agnosticism, not necessarily that they've become into, Christians or Catholics or whatever, that they believe in the Christian God, but they're at the point where there's so much evidence pointing towards the hand behind creation, that this isn't just a cosmic accident, that things are too precise for them to exist the way that we do, that the way we function is too complicated for it to be an accident, that they now believe in a higher power, but they aren't sure what that higher power is.
Just out of curiosity, are you a creationist or no?
In a sense, but I wouldn't say, like, I'm not going to sit here and say that the world's 5,000 years old. I'm not going to say that, and I do believe in adaptation. I do believe animals and creatures adapt to their environment. I don't think that things spontaneously change for no reason.
I'm going to recommend, if you guys want to, have you ever heard of the debate between Ken Ham and Bill Nye? It was about creationism versus evolution.
I have, and I don't know much about Ken Ham, but I think I've witnessed a few clips, and it's not that I don't completely discredit Bill Nye as a scientist, but ultimately a lot of his degrees and things that he's been given are honorary. They're not exactly things that he was put through rigorous training to achieve. So when it comes to his arguments, I find them to be, a bit of like low-hanging fruit. And he comes from things from a very antagonistic point of view, a very emotional point of view, versus like I'm open to listen.
Like appealing to emotion?
He comes from an emotional place, a place of anger and disruption.
He also now comes, I haven't seen the entire debate. I only saw like 20 minutes. The channel that streamed it live to YouTube, which disabled their comments and ratings, typical SJW behavior, I guess was the organization Ken Ham's with. And they had a 20-minute delay to the entire thing, so if they would have gotten to the debate faster, it'd be like a little less than 2.5 hours. So I can't really say as to who won or how their arguments were, but Bill Nye, he didn't save the world. He embarrassed the world. So let's say aliens were real. Let's just say for the sake of the point they were.
Is so much more than neither
Oh God, that was so bad.
I remember making a video response to that, and some people in the comments were joking that the lady who was singing it, they were joking that wasn't a real woman, and I'm thinking, okay, that's just a little harsh, but...
It's the same lady who sang a song about heavy boobs. The lady who sang that sex junk song, I think it's the same lady who sang a song like that about have large boobs or something. I don't know.
I heard that she often does other comedy skits.
I think she's in this show called Ex-Girlfriend or something on CW.
Either way, when I saw that song, I needed bleach for my eyes, but I remember
eye bleach.
Well, after Riley Dennis's Adam's Apple,
sex chromosomes don't real.
As for Riley Dennis, after that, I needed more than bleach. I needed Drano because after Riley Dennis's my biological sex is a social construct. Well, Riley, I doubt your Adam's apple is a social construct. So.
Yeah.
But
I'm a trans queer lesbian man.
Non-binary. Oh my god! I actually remember there was a non-binary YouTuber who I went after once. Basically, it was a very polite video. I didn't like use any name calling because I think that's getting a little too far. And she had a lot of videos about this. So I thought I'll address them all in one go. And it actually was very nice to have it all done in one go, because it's like, I think a lot of YouTubers, if you're going to criticize someone a number of times, how you just take as many as you think you can handle in one video, respond to them all, and call it a day. Because I don't believe in responding to someone 50 times. Like, there's a YouTuber, I don't know if you guys are familiar with her. She goes after Onision a lot. She used to, but she stopped.
Joy Sparkles BS.
I'm thinking about making a video about this whole thing, because she keeps addressing the alleged racist accusations where she told some racist joke or said a racial slur.
She moved on recently.
Yeah, but let me go to her channel right now. But a lot of her videos, if you go to her Social Blade, if you were to just go to that, for her most recent uploads, every single one of them, everyone and their mother has disliked it. I don't vote on her videos anymore because she's uploaded a ton of videos. Like, I've made 700 videos in 2 years on YouTube, and I think a lot of them were cringe. So, but the thing is, she's made almost 400 in less than a year.
She is a serial videoer.
Yeah, she used to follow the Daddy of Five controversy. She was like, "Hey guys, I contacted this lawyer of this guy, blah 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 blah. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, the thing with her is I sifted through her channel because you know, she's still quite a young YouTuber in the sense of how long her account's been up. Mine's been up for 2 years. I actually sifted through her channel and found she's made 110 videos about or relating to Onision. 84 videos on the Daddy 05 situation. She's made...
Somebody sounds desperate.
She's just a serial videoer in general.
Yeah. 13 videos on the United Airlines incident and 7 videos on the Friar Festival incident, which is... I mean, everything else was just videos in between, basically, about other things. For me personally, I will only go after someone so many times. If I think
she does need... Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that's fine. But for me personally, I've gone after people a number of times, like Riley Dennis and some British dude who fits the stereotype of buck teeth. The thing is, there's only so many times I go after there's only a number of times I'll go after someone before I might say, you know what, I'll see if I can have a live debate. With Joy Sparkle BS, I mean, you almost could say she has an obsession for him. Why would you need to go after someone 110 times? When you go after someone over 100 times, it really speaks volumes. I'm not trying to attribute motive, because that's an ad hominem.
I'm pretty sure Onision wanted attention, and Joy Sparkle BS kind of fulfilled what he wanted her to do or something.
And you know, when she started out, because I made a response to someone about Onision, which that was a great month. The month of January was an epic opponent of those people. The thing was, I never imagined she'd grow as big as she did, and I know that if I do make a video on this whole thing, I might get a hate mob, but it's worth it. The thing with her is, I never thought she would even speak to Onision like face to face. And the thing is with her, I mean, she seems like a nice lady. I've been on some of her YouNow streams, and you know, her and a number of other YouTubers have gotten involved in a legal copyright dispute with Onision, because he's filed over almost 100 content ID claims, which our videos fall under fair use. And he has to have bots at this point. No way you could actually content ID 110 videos that quickly, or more.
He makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'll still remain a subscriber of Joy's, but it did get ridiculous. At one point, I got tired of the whole Onision videos. Like, I've only made 7 videos on him in a span of a year. In less than 7 months, she's made 100 videos on him. Hell, other YouTubers like Mr. Epsilon and some guy 827 haven't made that many videos on one person.
I've never heard of Joy Sparkle.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
you have a shirt on?
I'm back.
Put on some clothes.
Why?
I want to see you publish.
Oh my God.
No, Matthew. No.
You missed out on a good conversation, Aspie.
What were you guys talking about?
Oh, we were talking about
BS and Onision.
And she made 100 videos on him in less than a year about him or relating to him, and almost 90 videos on a specific family.
Oh my God!
And Joy Sparkle. Oh, sorry.
Onision's probably one of the most mentally ill people I've ever seen. Even though I slightly feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he does things on purpose, like.
Yeah.
But I do think he has some legitimate like mental health problems. But he's not stupid. I would say more than half of the things that he does is purely for money and views, and it works. I mean, it hasn't failed him.
If you were to take down all of Joy's videos on the United Airlines incident, Fire Festival, Daddy 05, and Onision, half of her, over 50% of like her total video collection would be gone. She has like a little less than 400 videos, and 220 of her videos are either on a specific, 2 specific incidents, one person, or a specific family. You know.
Tic Tac. Hi, Tic Tac. How you doing?
What's up, Aspie?
Not much. I invited Gemini and the white YouTuber on, but they didn't even respond. So.
Whitey Sean.
He's so racist. The white YouTuber is such a white supremacist. Am I right?
Yeah.
The word white is triggering.
I know. Yeah. It's such a gringo.
This is racist.
Ringo, I haven't heard anyone say that in so long.
Oh, come on. Where were you? You live in San Antonio.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I haven't been in a situation where anyone's been like, gringa, or anything like that. Like, I go to YouTube.
Well, it's been a long time since
it.
we went to high school, so.
We were back. I'm gonna go get my phone and post this and post a link to the to this hangout in Whitey's Discord.
Oh, don't leave him alone. Just leave him alone, Aspie. Doesn't want to be on this live stream.
The male Joy Sparkle BS. But anyway, the pages.
Enough. He'll whatever. Just leave
the pages.
I'm Tic Tac. I think I didn't hear what you said. You kind of froze for a second.
You calling me Tic Tac?
T-Tac. Sorry, T-Tac.
Jeez.
Motherfucker.
Whitey went to bed earlier.
The pages of this book are racist. They're white.
You call me Tic Tac, motherfucker?
I know.
the tone you took.
T-Tac's profile picture is racist because it's white, and it's cultural appropriation because it has black on it.
Are we going back to the Oppression Olympics now? We're seeing.
Oh, God, it's just a simple drawing of him. I mean, how can it be racist?
How can it be racist? Come
on. Matthew and Victoria are tied in Oppression Olympics. I don't know about.
I really like your avatar, by the way.
I came in first place.
Thank you. I drew it.
It looks really good. I really like it.
I was last place.
Yeah, good job.
My avatar is lazy. Mine's lazy. I just took a picture on a blue screen and I was like, that's it. So whenever you don't people are like,
work of art.
Whenever people say, "Oh, you don't show your face in your videos," you just use some dude with blue sunglasses, which don't wear blue sunglasses on blue screen, and some dude on a grass field. That's actually me. So you can't accuse me of not showing my face. But I do like your guys' profile pictures. It's me, bruh. I like my profile picture because I look like people say I look pissed off, even though I was actually happy when I had that picture taken.
My picture is a good picture. Everyone likes my picture.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I'd have to say when it comes to our actual faces on profile pictures, I have to say I like Victoria's a lot. I haven't seen Aspie's a lot or
wow, shucks.
Or Matthew's. I'm
actually wearing makeup in the photo that I put on, so it's filtered too, so it's not like that was just bam, done.
I'm waiting to the next attack.
Thank you for tweeting that out, T-Tac. I appreciate it.
No problem, dude. Hey, Mike sounds pretty good, so that's
that's actually why I made the stream. I got my new mic. See?
Yeah.
Yay! I sound a lot better than before, don't I?
One of the official YouTubers. You're a legit YouTuber now.
Yeah.
Hashtag legit.
Yeah. I don't know if these even work on computers. Like if you were to stream with one of these.
What just happened?
I'm sorry, my cat is attacking my hand.
Oh, so cute.
She's super cute. She's a kid.
Everyone has their cameras off.
Hold on, let me get my camera on so I can show my cat. Fuck. What did I do? Oh god, I've ruined everything. No.
Nice mouth, Victoria.
Mouth?
No, it's a catastrophe.
It's a catastrophe. Okay. Did I get it to work? Am I in it now?
Your camera's on. Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, Coco, come here, you little devil.
Hurry.
Are you? I'm a dog person.
No, don't bite me.
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Gonna catch some claws.
Ow, Coco, why? She's so soft, but she's a demon.
Aww.
That explains a lot of people in my life.
Yeah.
I got you. Here she is again.
You have a lot of soft demons in your life? Aww.
Okay, I'm done torturing
you. She's like, please release me.
Release me, human.
Yeah. To be honest, I think dogs are really great, and honestly, with a lot of bad humans, it's like I don't know why we deserve dogs, but the fact they love us so much.
Animals. We don't deserve dogs.
With how loving dogs are, it's hard to be mad at them, and that can be a bad thing if you want to teach them not to do stuff. So it's like my dog, he's like He's like 3, and I don't remember what breed he is, but he's so cute. Like, if you guys were to meet him, he'll try to hug you. He'll jump up on you to hug you.
I don't know who you are, but I love you.
His name is Bear. He's like 3, and he's a furry dude. Like, if you lay your head on his rib cage, you feel like you're on a pillow. If I had a yeah.
So, I want a French bulldog. I want one so bad, and I want to name him Pierre, and I will make him talk like this, and I will take him out to go wee wee, because he is a French dog. Yeah. Anyway, that tangent's over.
Yeah. How's my camera quality, by the way? Because I after these streams, I know sometimes it's shit.
You're pixelated, but it's not bad.
Yeah, it's potato quality.
Yeah,
I'm not Kevin Logan.
Potato.
Yeah, and as for like, I mean, to be fair with people, like I know my mug ain't that great, so you know. But the thing is, like,
hey, the world puts us down enough. You don't need to do it.
Yeah.
You're marvelous. Don't worry about it. That's my grandmother.
Keep that quote.
That's how she talks.
That is
she
great.
From New York?
Yeah, she taught at Columbia for a while. She's a real smart lady. Her name's Barbara. I have so many. She's the only person in my entire family that can call me Vicky, because nobody else calls me that, and I don't let anybody else call me that. But my grandmother, Vicky. Oh my God, how are you?
I just posted the link in all the Discords. I am basically subscribed to.
Okay, I was about to say, are you still harassing everyone?
None of them are gonna come. So I invited him the Braving Ruin about 500 times. He didn't go up.
Stop,
Aspie.
Stop doing that. Aspie. It makes people angry.
Hey, Aspie.
Yeah.
If I had a really powerful editing program, you know, I would do. I would like take a picture of you, edit away everything else but your head, and then have you come through a door and be like, "Here's Aspie" or something, or join my hangout or something.
Here's Aspie.
That's perfect. You just need to submit that into everybody's Discord. Is the picture of Jack Nicholson breaking through the door and just be like, "Want to come to my Discord?"
I'd be like, no.
That would be quite an invitation.
Want to come to my live stream? Or Michael Myers from the Halloween movies. Just be like, "You will come to my live stream."
The meme I was thinking of is sometimes I say all the time, so I was thinking of having some kind of meme where that says like or like
you don't say it that much.
Well, I do it a little bit.
Coco, oh God, wow.
You'll know it. You'll recognize it a lot more now. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to record a lot more videos of me singing. I'm going to see if I can't get karaoke tracks on YouTube.
Do.
And
I haven't heard you sing in forever.
I heard him sing on one of Jim's live streams. It was really good. You know.
I love your voice, Aspie. You need to sing more.
He has a better voice than mine.
It's a gift to the world. Okay, yes. We need you.
I sound better on this microphone singing, you know. And I will always love you.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
Always love you. I will always love you. I will always love you.
Yes.
That's as high as I can go.
Oh my gosh.
You got the lungs for it.
Yeah, but your mic lagged a little bit.
Sing some Billy Joel.
So you know.
Sing Piano Man.
Well, actually, I'm
love that song.
I'm actually mostly a classically trained singer, so I can sing opera very good. Una furtiva lágrima, una valiosa. Like that, you know.
Victoria's face at the moment.
I'm gonna cry. That is so beautiful. I cry at everything, okay? So I might legit start crying, but that was awesome.
Yeah. Hey, to Aspie, you know, be really funny. What if, let's say you got to, I don't know how many subs you got at the moment, let me check.
75.
Imagine if for your 100 subscriber special, let's say you sang enough to where someone could edit, like, because a lot of people have done this where they'll have YouTubers, they'll edit clips to make them sound like they're singing a song. Wouldn't that be just so great if someone? I don't know what lyrics of a song I could find for this stream that if you were to say enough words, I could edit together, and then I think it'd be pretty funny in my opinion. Because like I heard
like
people,
the Songify.
yeah, like I've heard people edit clips of YouTubers to make it sound like they're singing "Shape of You" or "It's Everyday, Bro," which like.
I know what you're talking about. I think the funniest one I've ever seen is with Obama. I forget what song he's singing, but it's
is it auto-tuned or no?
No, I think it's just his words, and then they like auto-tune it later. But it's pretty hilarious.
I can beatbox to an extent.
Oh, this is gonna be fire.
No, stop.
Yeah. Right.
No, I'm sorry. No, don't stop. I was talking to my cat. Don't worry about it. Oh no, Ant left. Come back.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah, you're better. I would say you're better at singing. I would stick to that.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, you're
Ant's
back.
All right. What'd you leave? Did you have an internet problem, Ant NB?
Yeah, I had a terrible internet connection problem.
Oh,
no, she hates you. She's lying. Don't believe her. It's all
I
lies.
saw your ceiling, Ant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My hair is way too messy to be on camera, so I'm like, nope, absolutely
my
not.
I've noticed with how my hair is. I'm fine with it, but just part of it, if like sometimes like one part will be grown out and it'll look a little bad. Sometimes I just hate it. So whenever I can donate my hair to help those that are bald because of some cancer, like I'll donate my hair. You know, that's
your hair is way better than mine. It's better than my half row that I usually get.
It can't look that bad. Come on. The only problem is when it starts to stick up in the back. That's where I just wanted to take a buzzer. I mean, I'm gonna have to anyway for ROTC this August. So.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm gonna assume Victoria understands what pretty much is probably familiar with the ROTC.
Yes,
I'm aware. You guys, all right, I don't want to assume because that's being oppressive. But to the rest of you guys,
I don't want to trigger anyone.
Yes. Just like how I don't want to assume anyone's gender here. So for me personally, I'm just gonna get this out of the way.
Yeah, please submit your preferred pronouns now.
Yeah.
I'm non-binary, and my pronouns are ze, zer, they, and them.
I thought you were gonna say like I identify as an Apache attack helicopter and would like to be referred to as such.
I identify as a Book of Mormon because when I'm tired, I have no logic.
Yeah, you know what the Book of Mormon says? You know, but Mormons seem pretty reasonable until they tell you about the parts where the Jews sailed across the Pacific, the Atlantic Ocean, and landed in North America to create a civilization that basically, here's the thing: if there was a great civilization in the New World, what happened to it? It disappeared. There was somewhat of some signs of a growing civilization in kind of southern United States, but it disappeared. So for some reason,
wait, I have a question. Do Mormons actually believe that Bigfoot is Cain?
What?
That's probably just.
That would be awesome. That's hilarious.
I have a question. Do you think there's some anti-Semitism in Islam and maybe Mormonism? If that's what they think, does that seem a bit? Well, I'm not trying to imply it's anti-Semitic, but doesn't just in case? Do you think there's some Mormons that are anti-Semitic and some people in Islam that are anti-Semitic?
And Islam's
a given. Islam's a given.
Islam.
Yes.
Yeah.
In Mormonism, I don't know. I don't think so. I know they think that black skin color is the mark of Cain. But I don't think they hate black people. They don't. I remember my Spanish teacher was actually a Mormon himself. His entire family, his wife was the piano player for the choir I was in high school. So I know the whole family. They have 4 kids. Yeah, typical Mormons. Anyway, they also he was such a nice guy. But I asked him what he thought. What didn't they think that black people were something? And he goes, well, black skin color is the mark of Cain, and I'm like, okay, and it's like, oh,
Oh my god.
interesting. But that's the same. Yeah, black.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's racist. There's no way around that. That's racist.
But he's not a racist person. He likes black people. He actually what's funny is when he was in junior high, he says that he actually was actually with a lot. He was in the basketball team. He says there were 2 white guys, 7 black guys. And I'm sure you're all going to find this funny. He says, T-Tac, are you listening? Because I got to tell you this. It's hilarious. He says when he was going to you'd go to the basketball games and he'd see like gel on the sides of like this like gel stuff, and it was like he's like, what the heck is that on the side of the windows of the other vans? He's like, what is that? Turns out they all had Jerry curls, and that they would.
What are you talking? Oh man,
Jerry curls. You know what Jerry curl? Nobody knows what Jerry curls are?
I know it. I know what Jerry curl is.
Yeah.
I was forced to score
what year was this, though? When did this happen?
Because a few years ago. And Michael, where'd you go? Michael's gone. I guess he.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've only heard Jerry curl as like an '80s thing, as like a hair trend. I don't know. I don't know how much I believe that story.
Yeah. It's pretty the Jerry curl. Actually, they had a lot of stuff. They had to put. You have to put a lot of stuff in. Black people have to put a lot of stuff in their hair to you're back, S-Man. They have to put. Black people have to put a lot of stuff in their hair to make it looser and straighter because, well, obvious reasons. I'm sure you've also heard of the movie by Chris Rock called Good Hair, where he basically explains the entire black hair industry, and they use this stuff called a relaxer, which is basically like sulfuric acid, and they just put it in their hair, and it stings like a sumbitch, but it makes their hair straighter. It takes away a lot of the proteins and stuff that make their hair curly and stuff.
I have a horror story about that.
Sorry about leaving. My camera was overheating.
Tell us the horror story, Aunt NB. Tell us the horror story.
When I was going with my grandmother to a salon for the first time, and this is probably the last time I'll ever go to a salon, it was a majority black salon. So they had all sorts of fancy perms, fancy hair products, and so on. So they put the perm in my hair, and since this is the first time I'm ever doing this, nobody ever told me that it's supposed to burn or how long it's supposed to happen. So I was sitting there just having this material burn into my scalp for what could have been anywhere between, I guess, 10 to 30 minutes. And nobody told me that it was supposed to stop or that I was supposed to tell them to make it stop.
So your hair just got fried?
Not just my hair, my scalp got burned.
Ooh.
And
what happened to your hair?
Black people, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Stick with the curly hair, please. You don't need to. It goes like 1 viewer, 2 viewer, and it's just gone. It transitions between. Whoever you are watching this, you can come on. Anyway, black hair is just absolutely. It's wacky what they do, and a lot, weaves.
Well, it's cultural trends. But Aunt, what happened to your hair afterward?
Let's just say when they cleaned it out, my scalp looked like the Grand Canyon, and it was just, it was a scalpy, bloody mess.
Oh my gosh!
The issue is
awful.
The issue is that they had all black hair products for somebody who is only half black. So not only was I giving them the wrong hair product, nobody told me that this was supposed to stop within a short amount of time because, once again, I'm autistic. I got no reference to like a limit or a time limit for this hair product, so I was screwed either way.
Yeah.
Oh, you're half black, Aunt?
Did you like lose your hair? Is it all grown back now? I mean, I don't mean to like be.
Luckily, I didn't lose my hair, but I did have dandruff. I did get a case of dandruff for years on end. It only stopped like recently.
Oh my god! Thank God. Jeez.
I think people recommend using olive oil to get rid of it because I used it once and it's uncomfortable as hell and it feels really weird on your scalp. But I tried it and it did work for me. I don't know if it works for everyone else. You know, all sorts of remedies people try for getting rid of like acne and dandruff. Acne is a lot more painful.
Yeah, I had to put in medicines. And eventually I had to stop using the medicine and now it's all better. So all I had to do was just not do anything for it. I'm just weird like that.
Yeah.
Superhuman.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
So Aunt B, you're half black?
Yes.
Huh. Didn't know that. Well, your paint the painting you used, I was starting to think that, but I am interesting. So where exactly are you from exactly?
San Diego, California.
I love San Diego.
San Diego,
cool. So what state are you in, Matthew? If you don't mind me asking.
He's Anaheim.
Oh, okay. You both are in California? And Victoria's in Texas. I'm in Utah. I don't know about
Salt Lake, Provo?
All I'll say is Weber County. But
let me give you my street address.
Oh goodness, no.
Yeah, people, please dox me.
Don't dox yourself.
Dox me.
I need your attention.
This is need to be done. Don't worry.
I don't even want to say what city I'm in because it's not exactly got a big population.
Yeah, guys,
like
just a general state is fine. Or if you don't feel comfortable saying it at all, you know.
I'll just Weber County. A lot of people pronounce it Weber, which is just cringe.
By the way, my sister, she's so lucky. She's going to a college in Utah. Actually, she's going to Southern Utah University, Southern something University, and it's actually really very good. It's like in the mountains in Southern. Have you ever heard of that, Esmond?
I was just checking the chat, but yeah.
There's nobody in the chat. I don't think there's a. Oh, you're the one person watching this.
Oh yeah. Okay. One thing with personally, I'm thinking about. I won't say the specific college name, but it is close to where I live. The thing. Nah. There's some people. Some people are BYU fans, hardcore BYU fans, and some are Utes fans. I got some Utes. I'm not a big fan, but I'm not that big of a sports fan in my opinion.
Yeah, me either.
Sports is awesome.
My family is major. My family. My family really like the Cowboys.
That's funny.
And
I
some
live in
people in my
Texas,
city,
but I'm a Pats fan, so go Patriots.
Some people like the Cowboys and some like the Raiders. And some of the Raiders fans can be cringe. I remember triggering someone because I made a joke about the Raiders, and she's like, "I will cut you," and I'm like, "Okay, never mind."
Oh,
I know a joke. Let me guess what joke it was.
That's why I'm not into sports.
Every time I heard a joke that every time there's a Raiders game, the crime rate goes down.
I don't understand the joke.
They're all at the game.
Oh.
T-Tac.
Yeah.
I have a dark sense of humor, like a really dark sense of humor, and I even made my own dad cry with a joke I told him. It wasn't to hurt his feelings. It was a joke about
Yeah, what was this joke?
Okay, I was like, how did Princess Diana cross the road?
Through the windshield?
Princess Diana crossed the road because she wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
Oh, well, same thing.
Ow! Oh, that was brutal. Ow!
I like ants. That was.
Woo!
I said through the windshield.
Yeah, I like yours.
I have a very.
Can I say something? The most brutal joke I've ever heard is, they say there's safety in numbers. Yeah, tell that the 6 million Jews.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh my god!
I'm going to hell for that one.
I have a joke that maybe you shouldn't tell in a certain city in America. Okay.
Not safe for work.
Yeah, let's tell it on a live stream, guys.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So in
Reddit / not safe for work.
All right. So what is
SNW.
so a Muslim walks into a nightclub, what's the first thing he says?
Dear.
Free shots for everybody.
An exposed elbow.
Too soon.
Was I right? Did I get it right?
Wait, what?
The whole they walk. The first thing they say when they walk into a nightclub is free shots for everyone, and that went down the wrong pipe.
Oh, free shot.
I got a joke.
God, is this just gonna be terrible jokes? Live stream.
Yeah, it's gonna be terrible.
Tell Michael.
Okay.
I am terrible, so go for it.
Okay, what's the difference between a baby and a refrigerator?
Oh, I fucking hate dead baby jokes.
Oh God.
Okay, one doesn't cry when I put my meat in.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh. Oh my
No!
These are just bad. These are lame fucking jokes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Aunt B.
Well,
I'm sorry I
okay.
invited you to this unholy
It's alright, it's alright.
So...
It's alright.
Oh my God.
I guess-
Go put
All
some
right,
soap
okay.
in your mouth, Matthew.
All right.
I guess-
I have a
I
joke.
guess-
I have a joke for you.
What is it?
How do you turn a fruit into a vegetable?
How?
AIDS.
AIDS. These are really okay.
You don't even get it.
I'm gonna have to send cease and desist letters to all of you because these jokes are illegal. They are so bad.
Wait, do you get the joke though,
First
Victoria?
Amendment. First
Yeah.
Amendment.
First Amendment rights.
Yes.
We're not in England with the hate speech.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
We're
Not
not
anymore.
in England with our hate speech laws.
I'm
got
going.
one.
We're going. Don't. Keep going. Go. Say it, Aunt. Say it. Say it.
Wait,
Yeah,
did
this
you know the
one-
jo-
this
did
one
you
also-
get the joke?
Wait, what? Am I
Did
breaking
you
up?
did you guys get the joke? Victoria,
Yeah, we got
did you
the
get
the
Okay.
joke. It was just
Okay.
a bad joke. That's why no one laughed.
Yeah, it's like it's
Triggered.
Yeah, I got one that made my eyes roll like the first time I heard it.
What?
Once you see Juan, you see Jamal. It made my it made my eyes roll because I'm like, nah, I live in California. It's probably like the 99th time I've heard it.
I freaking love terrible jokes like that and cheesy
Yeah.
pickup lines. When I was in boarding school, one of the things we would do before dinner is we'd all Google like horrible pickup lines, and whoever like got the worst would like we'd give
Hey,
them like
girl,
an extra piece of
you
dessert.
turned my software into hardware.
God, that's
oh my god.
this is bad.
Are you serious?
Alright.
Oh, that
No
one's
more.
good.
No, no more. Not
All
high
right.
school
Hey,
anymore.
Is it
This is
just
worse.
me, or is that a...
T-Tac, do you have any jokes?
Dude, my brain's not firing right now.
Oh, you're
I'm
very
gonna Google
I
offensive
was-
jokes.
I was editing.
You can.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You
I'm
can-
probably
you can
actually
go
gonna
if you
be
want
able
to.
Like, yeah, I came on to support you, man, and tell you sound good, and I'm happy you got your new mic, and
Yeah.
look forward to getting on streams with you again in the future, man.
Yeah, I think I might have another stream tomorrow too, in order to get more people, to get other people on, because I actually just did this stream out of an impulse.
Oh, I see it.
Right on. We'll
My
fill it out
life
like
has
you did
ups.
tonight. Make sure you spread it everywhere, like
has downs.
infect
Oh,
every
God.
Discord, and maybe I'll pop on if I can.
All right.
Life has its ups and downs.
There's a lot of downs jokes, but I rarely hear any autism jokes that are actually accurate.
Yeah, well, it was good talking.
I wouldn't really
Everyone.
look at for a joke to be accurate.
Have a good night, T-Tac.
Later.
Let me think of something.
Bye.
Bye, T-Tac.
Like the autistic screeching.
Yeah.
No.
Overused.
Let me think. Let me think of something.
Overused to death.
But it's awesome.
Death is.
It's so
yeah.
great.
Okay.
I'll be back in a minute. 1 second, please.
Let me think of something. Okay, I have like this autistic joke in mind, but like I need to think of like a way to like say it.
Which one
Exactly.
of your chins did I hurt? Oh, Coco.
A man walks to a woman who's acting sensitive lately and asks her to grow a thick skin. She says, "Well, I do have thick skin already. I have harlequinichthyosis."
Badins.
Boy.
Do you know what harlequinichthyosis is?
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
Yep.
It's like really scary looking.
As babies, but there are some people who do survive.
Yeah, I've seen an interview with a woman who has it.
Yes.
She's relatively young.
Mhm.
She seems super sweet. I feel bad for saying that, but it just looks scary. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the thickness of the skin is jolting if you don't know what the condition is.
Yeah, because their eyes are like this and like super puffy, and there's like no hair, and you look like you have perpetual sunburn. It's just like, oh, this is bad.
This joke, I don't feel bad
the
for.
Skin.
They call me Wong something.
They call me Wong.
Oh no! Oh no!
How many times I heard that joke? Oh.
Remember that airplane? Remember that airplane news prank?
Oh
where it
yeah.
crashed, and that's where it came from.
Something Wong. Ho
Bing
Ting
ding
Lo.
ow.
That's like so cheap. That's like slaves. Like
that is legendarily bad.
You guys know like the Vietnamese soup places like called pho, right?
Yeah.
But it's spelled PHO. Well, yeah, but there's this place called Pho Kim Long.
King. Yes.
Fucking Mong.
It's like Faholic, for shizzle. What the fuck? Ooh, I got a joke. I got a joke. Okay, what should an autistic person be proud of?
What?
Not getting sick.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's really hard to make a smart autism joke.
I'll Google it.
You know, vaccines, autism.
Oh.
Nah.
Well, okay, but the fact that you have to explain it means that it's just not a very good joke.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm gonna Google one.
I didn't get my second MMR shot.
Oh wow.
Okay,
Oh wait,
okay,
have you guys
I got
seen?
one.
It's like the cat villain account, and it's like, "Are you feeling funny, Mr. Bond?"
What did the blind
Because
autistic
or wait, it's like, I can't remember. I have to find
Blind
it. It's
deaf
really
autistic
funny.
kid get for Christmas. Cancer. Holy crap.
I don't get it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go to bed, guys. But it was awesome talking to y'all. I hope we do this again.
Oh my
And,
Good night, Victoria.
Yeah,
Hi, Victoria. It was nice having you on.
I'll leave my I use Instagram and YouTube. I don't know if you guys want to like chat later, but I'll put the thing in the description.
All right.
DM me. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
If I can figure out how to fucking end this. Hold on. I am retarded. I hope I don't offend anyone by saying that.
No, you don't.
I triggered.
Yeah, as an autistic person, you shouldn't say retarded. It's like ableist.
She gone.
Nah.
Oh man, it's real hard to make smart artistic jokes. What do you get when you combine autism and Sonic the Hedgehog?
What?
Chris Chan. Static Chris Chan.
Nah.
Yeah, it's
Autism jokes are hard because nobody can. Do people laugh at most what they can relate to? It's kind of hard, and autism is the least relatable thing you could ever because nobody understands it.
It is. I have like.
Yeah,
this
it's only a
really,
it's only a 1% of the planet thing.
Yeah, it's like I have like this really weird ass sense of humor. Like I find things funny when other people don't. So yeah.
Party tonight? I'm down.
Down for what?
Down syndrome.
Oh.
Anyway. I'm
I think the worst thing I've ever seen in Ant B. I'm so sorry I have to tell you all this, but it is the most offensive picture my dad's ever shown me. It's terrible. Tell me, Ant B. I'm really sorry about this. My dad had a picture of this Down syndrome kid who had on a shirt that said, "Please do not hate me for this." It said, "At least I'm not an N-word."
I don't care. I really don't care about that
It'd be
word.
just like me wearing a shirt or a cap that says, "Please be patient, I have autism." Puzzle piece.
Yeah.
I
we heard it all before.
I don't care for that word either. I'm like, I'm not one of these people. I just don't. It's just a really trashy word to my ears. I just don't really like it.
Yeah, nigga, please. Nigga, please.
Oh, I thought you meant the other one. I don't care about the other one either.
Oh, I thought you didn't. At least she said, at least I'm not an N-word. You thought what? Which word did you think I was talking about?
Nigga.
No, nigger.
Oh, yeah.
Is that too rough? Is that too rough for you guys?
No, I mean, I just don't want to be caught. There's 2 people watching the stream right now, ironically. Wonder who it is. I wonder.
I'm not white, so that's fine.
Hopefully they don't get triggered by lack of contextual understanding. Unlike most people these days.
Exactly.
Anytime a professor at a college tries to bring up the word in a contextual manner, people still get triggered, even with context. Like, people, get over yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, college is like starting to become like an adult daycare center or something.
Yeah, how are you going to read Huckleberry Finn if you can't handle the N-word?
Oh my god, that's like one of like the required readings back in high school.
Had N-word. It was just N-word central. And I got to say, it was a good book. It was a really good book.
It is.
I remember,
book.
Ironically, there was this book I read called, what was it called again? Oh, yeah, Raisin in the Sun. I had to do that one in high school. And I remember reading it, and we each were assigned a part. Some of the kids, and I was assigned the only part that said the N-word once.
Uh-oh.
And there were black students sitting right next to me, but I said, screw it. If they get offended, whatever. So when it came to my part where I got to say the N-word, I said it. Not loudly, but I said it.
Like, nigga, no!
Yep, anytime I read a book that featured the word, I'm like, I don't care. I'm too autistic to care. I just want to get out of this classroom. I'm gonna go home.
I hate English class.
That's the beauty of autism. You don't care about a single thing.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't care about word. I don't care about how you feel. I just want to go home and draw. I love drawing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're an artist?
Go to my Twitter. I think it's AntNB4. You'll see all sorts of art.
AntNB4.
Screw you, Belandris. People, you spelled it right in the chat. I'm talking to somebody who's draping in the chat.
Okay.
Freaking people.
I'm not looking at the chat, so I'm like, no, not Discord. Twitter.
Oh wait, what? Okay.
Belandris just said, man, I made an Irish slave joke in high school one time, and there happened to be one black student in the entire effing school, and she was in that class. MMFAO. IMFAO. S-Man speaks. My camera overheated. Your camera overheated? Yeah, he did. So yeah, he's having a. Hey, S-Man, are you still there? Or? I guess he can't talk right now. I might leave in a few minutes.
Yeah, I don't understand the sensitivity of the word lately, especially today.
All right.
People are just too jumpy lately around the word. Like, get over yourselves. It's just a word. It's literally just a word.
Yeah, but then they'll be like, but that word is black people. Racism's not funny.
Yeah.
And then they bring up slavery, and I'm like, that happened 200 years ago. Shut the fuck up.
Like, what about, like, I don't know, cracker or beaner or chink or something?
Yeah, black people don't. Here's my thing. Black people don't want to hear about slavery. Only the ones who have something to gain talk a lot about slavery. Other than that, most of them don't care. Most of them don't care. Okay, unless they have something to gain from it, and that's the thing. This may seem a little harsh, but the only people in my eyes who discuss racism a lot are the people who are just try to throw racism out or discussing it a lot are just looking for a handout. They're just looking for a way to get ahead without working hard. All right.
It's all ideological masturbation. Just get over yourselves, people.
Yeah. We've got Drew Morgan. Yeah, it is. Keep going. It's just ideological. Just I'm good because I'm talking about. And when white people and when a lot of these ultra white progressives do it, I doubt they're how genuine they are actually being. I mean, there's no other reason. I sometimes it's so cartoonish. I remember 2 years ago I thought, okay, there's no way white people are going to start becoming, self-martyring themselves, selling them space.
And then it happened. And then it actually happened.
It's like I'm like, and what's ironic is every time I think about something might happen, it actually starts happening. Like I thought to myself, okay, all this hatred against white people is going to have a real big backlash. And it did. I say this, Drew Morgan just said white guilt is strong. It really is, Drew. But the thing is with this whole white guilt thing, is that you're back. We were talking about the whole white guilt thing, and I was saying that basically a lot of white people have sold themselves into like basically moral slavery, where whatever the black person says, they have to believe it, or else or they're considered racist. Yeah. Oh, Matthew, what's going on? You can go if you're busy, Matthew. Are you there?
Okay.
I guess is something going on. Matthew, are you okay?
Yeah, I have to go to sleep now. My family's like angry at me for not going to sleep now.
Run away.
Yeah. All right. Good night, Michael. It was nice talking to you.
My name's Matthew.
Ah, dang it. Good night, Matthew.
Yeah.
Good night, Matthew.
I mean, if I do go to sleep now, I'll probably have to pay the electric bill, and it's not cheap.
All right. Good night, Matthew.
Good night, y'all. Nice to talk with y'all, Ants and
Bye.
Edward and every one of y'all. Okay.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.
Yeah, I have complications with names too. That's why I don't even have that many friends, because I'm like, oh no, what's your fucking name? I forgot.
That's me. That is me. That is so me. I forget people's names like that. All right. I can talk. I can know somebody for 5 years and not know their name.
Yep.
Seriously.
I think it's because in our situation, they don't repeat their name enough, so we can remember it in a timely manner. They just expect you to remember it the one time they mention it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do I sound, by the way?
And sometimes when other people are introducing new people to you, they don't mention their name because they assume that they've already mentioned their name around you, when really they don't. So it becomes an awkward situation after another.
Yeah, I'm terrible with names too, to be honest. I mean,
like please.
Like, yeah. It's like, please, I'll be your friend if you just repeat your name.
It's like, please give me context to your name at least, because I don't know your fucking name.
Yeah, like when this girl's like saying hi to me, and I'm trying to say hi, and she's like she didn't seem happy with me saying just hi. She's like wanting me to say more, and I'm like, and she's like, do you even know my name? And I want to know your name because I don't know I can't remember your name, so. Yeah, but I had to join on this hangout on my phone. How does it sound? Because from far away, I'm not sure if I can hear. Anyway.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is my connection cutting out?
No, you're good.
I have a bad connection here.
Can you guys hear me from far away from my phone?
Well, you're roboting a lot.
Yeah, we're having some trouble hearing you.
Damn.
Yeah. Man, this thing, there's like 4 settings on this microphone. Let me see how does this make me sound? 1 second, please. So hard to, there we go. Does this make me sound different?
Yeah. It's a little more crackly.
Yeah.
Like the audio Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot more. A thing at the they're right. I need to get a pop filter because of exactly.
Also, like it also sounds like the S's and the F's and the P's. Well, like when you go with S's, F's, H's, and that can honestly it's ear piercing, basically. Not to be disrespectful towards you or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just want to clarify. Ant's mic is pretty good, to be honest.
Well, I'm on a touchpad, Android.
Oh, I use Android as well, and my tablet keeps dying on me, so I can't rejoin on a tablet, which
LG specifically.
Which I used to make all my. I use
now there's some.
All my stuff.
Is my connection or is his?
I don't know. I remember going through an entire Google Hangout, and no one ever really mentioned that and any audio issue. So, if you guys need me to repeat anything, just let me know, because I can't rejoin on anything else other than this phone, which is almost 3 years old. So,
yeah, I wish I had the number of subscribers to where if the second I start a stream, there's like 20 people watching me. But even Whitey, when he starts a stream, there's only I think at most 20 something people watching his stream, and and most of it, and there's a big dislike squad. So everything he says, so he gets disliked a ton.
Really, I don't know if it's the Danny Quartz effect or what, but he keeps saying he's gonna make a video on me, and if he does, I will be ready to destroy him, like his imagined patriarchy. I don't really care to hear people dislike my video. They're giving me what I want.
Oh dear, I can hear the background noise more than him. What?
Oh, me? Me?
No, not you. Him.
Me?
Oh wait, that made no sense.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, I need to see your name thing. It just blogs out. It's not the Aspie. Oh my gosh. Oh, S-Man. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Oh, well, I don't know what else to do because the tablet's dead.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah. I guess I'll mute myself when I'm not speaking. Just so, I think that's a good way to prevent reverb if none of us had earbuds on, which would be absolute chaos. Because when Victoria joined, it was Reverb City with me and Aspie here. Because anytime I would say something, it would echo between our profile pictures, and same with Aspie here. Drew.
Oh, I think this is better. I think this is better. I think this is the correct direction.
Yeah. And if you didn't, Drew's back.
Huh? Oh.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can, Drew. How you doing?
Oh man, just woke up a little while ago. Middle of the night. Yeah. What? 1:30 in the morning here.
Oh.
Where are you at?
Yeah.
Wait.
Outside of Memphis, Tennessee.
Just
Memphis?
general location.
Yeah.
You're in Memphis?
Outside of Memphis.
Okay. It's midnight where I'm at, 12:37, and I'm still wired, so I've done a lot of stuff today, so I don't think I'm going to be asleep for a while. And one thing, I mean,
I'll go to sleep in a little while. Also, I'm not going anywhere tomorrow. I'll have another. I think I may do an Aspie stream, an Aspie sings video tomorrow. To test out this bad boy to see how it sounds with an acoustic guitar.
Yeah. One thing I recommend you to do though is put a lot of YouTubers recommend put a sock or put a over the mic. Or what I would do is I would put a pillow to your mic.
You're roboting.
I can't hear you.
Oh shoot.
Dude, you need to go just buy you a little headset for your phone there, dude.
Are you wearing headphones?
Yeah, on my type of phone, it does not allow headsets. On my tablet, the touchpad, it does.
Stop buying Apple.
Huh?
I said stop buying Apple.
I'm not with Apple. It's an LG touchpad.
Yeah.
which I use to make all my videos because I like to be creative. But anyway, what I do recommend for Aspie is to like put your some pillows around your mic or something to combat reverb, or if you want reverb. I don't know if you edit audio with Audacity or whatever, but you know.
Interesting. Oh, I might do that. I might do Audacity. I might try that. I don't have Audacity.
It's actually free.
Oh yeah,
free for download.
I know that's what Bering uses.
Yeah, he did a tutorial with that, and I was like, that sounds so easy. So if I ever use Audacity to edit my audio, I will literally watch his video and be like, okay, noise reduction, get noise or noise profile or something like that, and just step by step with audio. You guys seem really nice, and that's why I'm glad Loudmouth Jim allowed me to come on his first stream, because it's like, you know, it's good to talk to other people. And about the whole joke about you being like Mr. Epsilon Jr., your last name even is the same as his. Solzbach, something like that. Yeah, because it said your name in one of the streams like that we were on with Jim and Undoomed. It just showed your name, and I was like, oh my god, you know, that was perfect timing, because I saw your last name, and I was like, he is like related to Mr. Epsilon or something.
No, I don't think I am. I'm not. I don't know him, but we do look alike. He's kind of a doppelganger.
Yep, and you have a similar last name to him. And he puts his last name in his description sometimes. Or he'll mention his full name, so... It's like, wow, I think it's even spelled the same. I might be wrong, I don't know.
You know what's weird about him, Mr. Epsilon? He's actually good friends with Matthew Santoro.
Oh yeah, I remember... I think that's one of his most popular videos, is something when Matthew Santoro got featured in a video of his, and that's probably his most popular, something like that.
I don't know. Do you think, I don't know if Matthew Santoro is an Belandra system type thing, just get some acoustic foam panels. Those may be expensive, Belandris, I don't know. But what was I talking about before that?
That Matthew Santoro is anti-what?
An anti-social justice person, or he doesn't seem like it.
I don't think he even really has much of an opinion on it. I think Rob Dyke might. I think, because well, then again, I'm not trying to, whatever by association, but he does chat with Blair White a lot, and I think he might, which hopefully,
From how I see it, ever since he broke up with, I think his girlfriend, or was Nicole, think his... Nicole Arbor, yeah. I think his opinion may be shifting that way.
Good, you know. Yeah. I think if Nicole, I think Nicole Arbor is a horrible person, and I'm just like, if you just do offensive comedy and get laughs, that's fine. But all she does is just say shit that pisses me off.
Who's Nicole Arbor?
Oh.
Look up her YouTube channel.
Was she's a YouTuber?
Yes.
She's a somewhat comedian. That's all I can describe her as.
She's an insult to comedians.
And he dated her for a while, but then she turned out to be really bad.
Physically abusive.
Yeah, she turned out to be abusive.
Man, I actually saw that video, but I didn't know who his girlfriend was. Yeah, he actually put a video up where he's basically crying about how he was abused by his girlfriend, and I actually felt sorry for the guy.
Yeah. You know? And honestly, with Nicole Arbor, she'll just do her offensive content. The thing is, there's no joke. It's just they piss people off. I don't know, dear black people, dear vegans.
Yeah. You're rebutting.
I don't know what else to do. I mean, I don't know how to fix that because I'm on a phone and phones are so complicated. They're so tiny.
I can see that. I mean, I can hear that.
Yeah, there's a difference audio-wise, because on this, it sounds a little more, some people would say techno or something like that. Which I kind of thought was funny. It's like,
glitch step.
If I ever want to record a song and have it sound like that, I guess I'll record a song with Hangouts and do it with actually.
Yeah, we definitely can't hear you.
I'm so trying not to laugh.
It's such a pain in the ass.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Matthew Santoro needs to, if he wants a girlfriend, he needs somebody who's a little bit more reasonable. Get a You should get like a conservative gal, or at least a moderately liberal gal, somebody who's not crazy. You know.
Well,
But isn't that all gals?
I think before he gets another girlfriend or starts another relationship, I think he needs to get that therapy into him first before he starts that.
Yeah. Also, if you're trying to date someone who isn't crazy, I think that's a bit too much to ask for in this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, we all have a bit of crazy in it. Some more than others, definitely.
Everybody has a little bit of crazy in them. It's just the right. It's whether or not it's a crazy you can handle or deal with.
Sure.
I dated crazy, a certain type of crazy, and I hope to never encounter that type of crazy again. Wanting to know where I was all the time, wanting to know what my homework was, which that I didn't have a huge issue with. Wanting to know who my contacts were, you know. Wanting to go through
I just can't understand that level of paranoia with women these days. And I'm a female too, but goodness sakes, what the fuck is up with women these days?
Like, I think it's whoever invented the app where you could track where your partner is. I thought that was disgusting.
Yeah, that's my mother's. My mother's the type of woman. My dad will look at a girl and go, "Whoa, she is hot." My mom won't look at him and go, "Oh." She'll look at it. Well, she'll look at him, look at the girl, and go, she is pretty hot. She is pretty good. Like she knows. Like she's very secure. Like she knows my dad's not going anywhere. Okay, she knows that he's not willing to go through. Oh, hi, Belandris. How are you?
Yeah, we need people with that type of character nowadays.
Yeah, we do.
Just be a bit more observant, a bit more patient. Just chill out.
Yeah, for me, fortunately, she never laid a hand on me. But, you know, I mean, and she would even get some of her own relatives to intimidate me just because I would tell her that that people I hang out with doesn't mean I'm didn't mean anything, and you know, I have my right to privacy and autonomy from her, and she'd get her relatives to intimidate me, which I'm thinking, this is just insanity and this is bullshit. So
yeah,
and she admitted that it was psychotic, but me and her, like, it's like that should never happen again. I don't think I could ever go back with someone like her.
Yeah.
All right.
I am luckily met a girl at I told you the South Korean girl. She was very nice. And I think that's why very nice, very friendly, and very mild. I think that's why a lot of men now are doing. Have you ever heard of this term, mail order bride? It's not literally mail order. It's not like you pay money and they just
yeah, it used to be.
The funny thing is, I've only seen the literal interpretation of the term, so yeah, that's funny.
But actually, women what they do is they go into the websites, they date, they talk. A friend of my dad's actually did it, and she's pretty. Her daughter's absolutely gorgeous. She's the only girl I went to formal with. She was nice. She couldn't speak English, but she was nice. And well,
just smile a lot, right?
Yeah, just smile a lot. The slow dance was awkward. I quit halfway. I went into the bathroom and just kind of went.
Yeah, I can't imagine that.
I remember they had a school dance once, and I just went by myself because I was like, you know what, they're gonna have some free food there and some free punch. I'll go for that. And some people would just go as friends. So this girl, you know, she was lonely. She did speak English, unlike in Aspie's case. Very, very. She did stutter a lot. I assumed she was British because that's how she would sound, but apparently she had a speech impediment. She was such a sweet girl. And that was kind of one thing that would reaffirm my faith in humanity. Is the fact that out of all the douchebags there at that school, there was at least a few people who were worth a damn.
Yeah. Hey, Belandris, have you ever had a girlfriend?
I am married.
Oh, you're married? For how long?
3 years.
3 years. Congratulations, dude.
Are you still happy?
I plead the fifth.
Because the 3-year mark is usually your make or break mark.
No,
I
we're
thought it
doing
was 5 years.
4 years later, he'll have the 7-year itch.
Yeah, I'm not really scared of marriage. A lot of guys like, oh, I don't have to think. Yeah, a lot of men look at marriage like, yeah, good luck, yeah, good job. You're gonna have to have one vagina in your whole life, and I'm like, yeah, that's one more than what I usually get. So,
Hey, if you marry the right woman, that's not true.
That's true. Not only that, if you go back historically and you look at like what our parents and stuff did, but you might have thought your parents were like a single couple, but you'll find out your dad and your mom probably cheated on each other. It's very highly likely.
Yeah, for me personally, if I do get married, which is, if that ever happens, that will be a long time down the road, but if I do, it's going to be something that I will grow into. Like, I don't believe in the term falling in love. I believe in the term growing into love. Because when you feel like it, that hurts. So if I do, it's going to be down the road, and it's going to be something I know is the right thing to do.
As Jordan Peterson says, everybody's looking for the perfect person, and as he says, if you did find the perfect person, he or she would probably run away screaming from you because it's not about finding the perfect person. It's finding somebody who still has flaws, but you can handle the flaws, and finding somebody who can handle your flaws as well. That's what love is. It's being able to look at somebody's imperfections and look at your imperfections and look at each other and listen. We are the best we could find for each other in this time, and we are the best we'll probably ever going to be able to find for each other.
Yeah.
So
I don't look at it as settling for anything. To me, like, I've dated girls who have imperfections, and I see them as just not very concerning. Like one had I can't remember one, but she did have mental health issues, which maybe it wasn't a good idea to date her, but it was a very wonderful relationship, and I did look past it. I would help her when she'd have issues because I felt like that was something I should do. But I wouldn't look at it as like, oh my God, you're so horrible. Like, I know people are imperfect, and that's just how it is. No human's perfect. So to me, it's just treat people how you want to be treated. That's basically how my life rules are. Treat people how you want to be treated, and people's imperfections can be perfections in a sense. But I know that sounds like very naive, and I might change that in a few years. So, but that's just how I am for right now.
Yeah. That's true. I think that's how everybody usually is that I think the thing about marriage is this. If you're going to get married, don't think that this is something you can just break off. It's not like Hollywood, okay? First off, I might want to mention Hollywood's a very immoral place. And second of all, especially if you have kids. If you have kids, and divorcing with kids is probably the worst thing you can do to children. Okay, I don't know if any of your parents got divorced, and thank good God my parents hadn't gotten divorced. But I can't imagine what that must do to children to have a divorced parents. I don't know.
For my dad, well, he was an adult when that happened, but he was pissed off about it, which my parents are still married they've been married for over 20 plus years, so I can't really relate. But if my parents were getting divorced, I don't know how exactly I would react. Part of me would just say, well, it's their problem, not really mine. Well, especially if I were an adult. If I were an adult and I moved out and they were getting divorced, it doesn't affect me. Or it shouldn't affect me because I'm not living there, so I'm not going to be going to either of them. And it's their business as to what's going on, not me. So if they were to say, we're getting divorced, I wouldn't ask why because it ain't going to make a difference. The reason.
If you're an adult, yeah, that's completely true. But you're kind of an...
Yeah, if you're a kid, I guess it might make sense because you're thinking everything was fine. What's going on? Like if they're if they're arguing a lot, I think one could come to the conclusion, oh, they might get a divorce. My parents don't argue very often. They get along on a lot of things. I mean, they don't just blindly agree to what one might say. They might not agree with it, but they're not going to get in like a screaming match. You're just going to talk about it like rational adults. something that is rare in this day and age. I've noticed with at least people in my city. It'll turn into a screaming match, and everyone comes off pissed off, and nothing really is accomplished other than a pissing match of who is the loudest voice there.
Yeah, that's the thing about marriages. You've got to learn how to dispose of a very bad fight. It's about learning. I mean, you're going to argue. When I eventually get married, and I hope I do. I mean, I did this weird like ring test where you get out a piece of hair, you wrap it around a ring, then you trace your hand, and then it basically tells you how many kids you have, and it's creepily accurate. It has worked on everybody I know. It worked on my mother, and it's the same result every time. If it swings back and forth, that means you're going to have a boy, and if it goes in a circle, it means you're going to have a girl. It has been accurate for my mom every time, and you don't even have to move your hand; it just goes by itself. I have done it before, and I get the same results every time. I know you're an atheist, and you're probably hyper skeptical of that, but I dare you to try it. Get like any ring is good. Any ring, get out a ring, get a strand of hair, and take it and trace your hand back and forth and put it over, and don't touch your hand. Be sure not to touch your hand, because if you do, it ruins the whole thing. But you put it over your palm after you over your hand after you do that, and it will tell you how many kids you are going to have in your life. It's creepily accurate.
Actually,
is
got some
peculiar.
voodoo and the chickens and the headings. Huh?
Yeah,
that sounds interesting. Maybe
yeah.
Rational Skeptics trademark skeptic to try it.
A trademark to try trademark skeptic. Get some skeptics to try that out. Get Dr. Lehman. Dr. Lehman. Yeah. I've been tempted one day to ask Dr. Lehman onto the channel, but he probably wouldn't come. He'd probably just laugh if I invited him, And whoops! In my tired days, I just invited him. Crap! Whoops! He won't come on though. He's probably gonna remember that one. He's gonna put it on his Twitter, and he's gonna be like, "Some autistic kid invited me to a stream at 3 o'clock in the morning," which is probably what time it is where he's at. I wonder what time it is in. Imagine what?
Imagine if some black guy or some guy you tweeted at, imagine if he retweeted your tweet. Imagine if this hangout gets like infiltrated by a bunch of
4chaners.
Yeah. Or something like that. Just shitlords and 4chaners. Imagine that. Anyway,
I wouldn't know how to talk to them.
You wouldn't talk to them. They'd be trolling the whole time.
We'd all have to be yelling
all right.
and I found out there's a certain way we could all mute each other. Actually, I found out a secret way to do it, but I'm not going to do it. I mean, if they came on, I could easily just select their profile picture, and there'll be a mic right above Aspie's head, and if I tap on that microphone, Aspie would be muted. I'm not going to do it because he ain't doing nothing wrong. If he were to be like, let's say he were to infiltrate a stream of mine, I would probably do it, but, if I ever start my own streams, he can come on anytime. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't even know how to infiltrate a stream. Like, I don't know how to get on a stream you're not invited to. There's no possible way.
Actually, yes, it is. When Vegan Gains was doing a live debate, he was in a Hangout stream, and he was using something to record his screen live, so people were able to see the link to the Hangout, so they had access, and they could join no matter how many times you kick them out, and basically they made it hell, and they made it almost impossible for the debate to go on. Part of me felt tempted to troll him a little bit, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, how would you so only by accident you can infiltrate a stream?
Yeah, or if someone's let's say someone's careless and they left a link to the Hangout stream in the description, or if people use screen share and people could easily screenshot the link and then type it in and join. So that's why I recommend every YouTuber be careful if you're using screen share. so you don't like accidentally you don't expose the link. Because it's like if I wanted to, I could easily, like from how many YouTubers do it when they're live, I could easily infiltrate the stream and just, if Steve Shives would do it just once, oh man, that'd go down in the YouTube history books. Steve Shives is fatally triggered by a young anti-feminist. That would be my YouTube accomplishment. I'm just kidding. I got more important things to worry about than Steve Shives wanting people to burn to death.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me wonder what is the smallest thing that Steve Shives can be triggered by? It seems like he could be triggered by an outsider that isn't even included in the conversation.
Yeah. I think one thing Steve Shives would be triggered at is a woman who doesn't agree with him. I think that's the one thing. Because, like, a female anti-feminist, he'll disagree with her, but as a male feminist, he has to agree with her on everything, no matter what she says. So now he has internalized conflict, and it just sends him into a coronary.
Yeah.
I should probably make a parody video of him, like, called the World in the Eyes of Steve Shives.
I've been thinking of kind of I thought for a while he posted his email address, like an email address, but it turns out he didn't. I was going to pose as a feminist. I was thinking of posing as a feminist, and sneaking him onto my stream. I would work the autism to the T. I would say, listen, I am an autistic male feminist. I have Asperger's, and I would
autism.
I would like for you to come onto the stream. It would be a real honor for me. You probably wouldn't be able to resist it because autistic. You wouldn't be able to resist.
If you're autistic, you're automatically precious.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I should do? I should support Steve Shives on Patreon, and when he does a Patreon stream, which I would love him to refund my money then, I would then wait till the very end and be like, hey, Steve, can I say one more thing before we go? He'll be like, what? And I'll be like, I'm an anti-feminist. And I'll have it recorded so everyone can see his triggered face just before he ends the stream. He'll probably ban me from YouTube from commenting on his videos. But it would be worth it.
Yeah. Take you off Patreon, and he did it to Bering.
Yeah.
It was pretty
pathetic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something, then I started to say something. Never mind. Go ahead.
Me?
No.
Awkward.
All right. I think I'm going to go in just in 5 minutes. I'll leave the stream. I'm gonna do another stream tomorrow, and hopefully I'm gonna do it earlier in the day. So hopefully I can get some other people on the stream.
Yeah, but for everyone who else left the stream, they had to go to bed and everything. It was a good chat with them, and for you guys, for both Belandris and Drew, I'm not really familiar with you two guys, but you seem cool. As for
Mars.
Okay, someone else is. I'm not even gonna pronounce that name because I suck at pronouncing names.
I honestly just haven't had anything to contribute.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it's no big deal. Just sit there and listen. I'm
party hangover for me.
As for Marios, I don't fucking know. I suck at pronouncing names, people.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you're chill to be honest, so it's good talking with you.
It was
Thank
nice
you.
talking.
It was nice talking to you guys too.
It was nice talking to you guys too. All right, I think I'm gonna go now. All right, it's been it was fun discussing with all of you guys about all this stuff. I'll have another stream tomorrow, so be sure to look forward to that.
All right.
All right. See ya. Bye.
Have a good
Bye.
night.
Good night.